Awkward.
Awkward silence.
But we're hot. We're live.
We're live. You want to hit him with the promo, Brady?
Oh, right off the bat?
Hit him with the promo. Let's get us talking the easy way.
All right. Yeah, so as everyone should know, I mean, it's November. App season is officially, unofficially? It's here.
Official for me.
Yeah. You're thinking about hunts?
Oh, yeah. I've got a couple states dialed in right now. Like, I know exactly when I'm hitting the go button, exactly what it is.
I'm thinking about hunts. Jaryd, we were talking about hunts.
We were talking about hunts.
So
actually, all three of us sepapplanning are planning next year's hunts.
Yeah, we're all planning for next year. So if you want to plan for next year's hunts, you need some research tools, and you need I'm going to say it, the best research tools.
It is the best.
So get yourself a GOHUNT.
I don't give a shit if I sound biased.
Exactly.
It is the best.
It's our podcast. We can say that.
Exactly.
Right? So get yourself a GOHUNT Insider membership, and we like to give you guys a little kickback. So use promo code podcast. That'll give you 50 points back to the GOHUNT Gear Shop. $1.1. So that's $50 back in your pocket to spend on whatever you want to spend. So yeah, we got Idaho coming up. We got Alaska coming up. And we roll right into Wyoming, Arizona. And then we're rolling with research.
Yes.
So yeah, stay tuned for a bunch of cool, in-depth application strategy articles from us. So, but you can always use Filtering 2.0. We got draw odds. You got everything you need kind of right now to start planning your hunt for next year. And then we'll have updated draw odds coming out here really soon. So
yes, we will.
I'm excited for app season.
It's like our version of the lottery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that's like everyone in like all the city folk ask if you play the lottery. Like, no, I just play a different form of a lottery.
I feel like it's higher stress, but
it is way higher stress.
We're all so invested, way more than just hoping we get rich on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get rich off the draw odds, but you can.
No,
it's a different type of enriching your life.
Pure joy.
It's
pure
enriching
joy.
experience, but definitely, pouring your wallet? What would it be? Depleting your wallet?
Depleting, yeah.
But I was trying to use poor in that. The rich and poor thing. Anyways.
I'd rather die with memories than die with cash, though.
I agree.
Like I've always said that. That's kind of how I live my life.
Couldn't agree more.
And I mean, I'm biased again, shameless plug, but like drew a lot of tags because of the research tools that we have.
I mean, look, we get validated all the time in social and emails. First of all, that's like the best thing ever. So if anyone wants to validate us, it's so awesome to hear like exactly what we pour our energy into is like genuinely helping people for the exact reason that we build it. And we've had a lot this year. I feel like this year more so than other years. We've had so many people reach in and say, I never would have had this tag. I never would have been able to hunt with my dad. I never would have, XYZ. It's been awesome this year.
Well,
a lot of feedback.
The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
We run into people in the field or at dealer events, even other retailers that just rave on the software.
Yeah.
Sure. It's rad.
It's awesome.
Did you see the one we got today?
I did.
That one, that guy was giving Cody Nelson a shout out.
Big shout out. That first of all, Cody Nelson gets all the shout outs. That guy is the definition of customer service.
Yeah, he's a gem.
Literally the definition of customer service, Cody Nelson.
Yeah. He was texting this guy on a Sunday. The guy, like, I felt bad texting Cody, but Cody responded right back, helped me out with optics questions, bought some optics.
Yep.
Yeah, Cody
That guy's
Nelson.
a stud, man.
He's a dictionary for optics.
He really is.
Some scary stuff. Some stuff where you look at him, sometimes you're like, you shouldn't know that, pal.
What? Wait, what?
Like you really, you're crossing the line on scary on some of the details. He's an encyclopedia for sure.
Speaking of optics.
Yeah, so the first thing I noticed when I walked in here is something very different is on the table than usual. Usual is just like PEDs and water and some stuff. Today we got something that's piquing my interest. What is this?
It's a little different.
We also have, well, first off, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Jaryd Bernstein in the office.
Oh boy.
What is on the table is so interesting, I forgot to introduce the guest. We'll put it that way.
Well, our man T-Rail is not here to keep us in line.
That's true.
So yeah, Trail is actually out. I'm not going to do what Trail does to me. He's hunting mule deer in a certain state with his bow.
Yes. Not going to say the state.
Not going to say the state.
Okay.
I just don't want to. Trail would say it if he was on here.
Oh, he'd 100%
he would definitely say it. But yeah, he actually got a little bit of service, and he's been on quite a few bucks, but nothing that he's excited about yet. But
yet. That's the key word.
Yeah, he has a great tag, really good tag, and then with his bow. But yeah.
He's in his element.
He's in his element.
He's definitely in his element.
Well, Jaryd, what is on the table is not a bow. What is this?
It is not a bow. So that is the new laser rangefinder ballistic calculator from Vortex Optics, that tan device that's mounted up there on top of the scope. So that is an all-in-one weather station, ballistic calculator, and laser rangefinder. And so through that backlit display, once properly configured, you push one button and your firing solution for your specific situation is displayed, allowing you to then reach very quickly to your elevation turret, give that input to the scope, and begin throwing lead.
Can I ask one very one-on-one question before Brady peppers you with all the stuff that I won't be able to understand?
I'm just interested.
Let me take care of the net in the first grade questions. So I hunt with that on.
Absolutely.
So that's on while I'm hunting.
It is, or it can be, or there's also a remote that can be mounted, rail mounted, stock mounted, or just carried, bino harness, mounted, that you can operate the rangefinder from here. So if you were in position, you had a good sight alignment, sight picture, and you're laying on the gun, you can push this button, it will range for you, and you can literally look up, see the firing solution, and dial. Or in that situation, maybe just use your reticle and hold and send it.
So this. It's on a pick rail.
It's on a mount. Yep. So we call that the diving board mount. That replaces the top ring of the Vortex Precision matched ring series. That mount doesn't come with the impact. You buy that mount separate. The impact can also be mounted at 3 or 9 o'clock if you were using, say, a gas gun, or if your stock had Picatinny rail or M-LOK capability on the side.
There we go.
Why do companies always sell that separate? It's like you need it. You need it to have it
because of the ring. So that mount only fits the PMR ring. So if you were like, hey, I'm a Night Force ring guy, which is great. Night Force makes a great ring. You may just want a rail mounted or.
Got it. That actually does make sense.
Stock
I thought you were nickel and diming us.
Or you may not like it up top. The initial impression that everybody sees it is like, whoa, that's big. I'll tell you, after carrying around in the field, I haven't had it negatively impact me at all. I truthfully thought it was going to be a learning curve. So if you were that guy, you could easily mount it at 3 or 9 o'clock on the platform that allowed for that. And conveniently, it's not like a bad time to talk about the zeroing target that it comes with. Shows you if you were to mount it on the side of the gun, you use this reflective target and a visible laser to align the sight and the scope. But it tells you, and we set you up for success if you were to mount it at 3 or 9 o'clock as well with the zeroing target. So the hard part's kind of done. There is a lot of instructions, but if you follow them to the detail, it's about 15 to 20 minutes to set it up, and you're cooking.
I got one more one-on-one question before you start, Brady.
Go.
So that Revic internal scope? This is that just on an external thing?
This doesn't dial for you. That dials the scope if I'm not mistaken.
No, I have to dial the scope.
So that truthfully is not a product that I'm super spooled up on.
Okay.
So you range and it gives you ballistic info.
I range. So with that Revic, I have it for my wife. So I range, it's on her gun. I range, and then in the optic itself, in the eye optic of the rifle, I do my dial turret. And as I'm dialing, the range is changing. Like the call range is changing in the top of the optic until I get to where I want. Shut the vertical dope on it.
Yep.
The vertical elevation on it. And then if I change angles and stuff, it'll change with it.
Probably a fail on my part for not being super spooled up on that product. Truthfully, I would have to look into that to accurately compare them for you.
To be honest, I'll put that on me first.
No, I'm happy to. Look, I was born ugly and I can't spell. I mean, you got to know your downfalls, right? But that thing, as soon as you range, there's a backlit display which I can, you turn on with one button. You hit one button to range, and once you build a rifle profile.
Actually ranges. That is a rangefinder.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
So it's different. It's different.
Yep. And using the target, you align it to the scope. So the way that if you're looking through the scope, once it's mounted and zeroed correctly, you're looking through the scope at the elk, and you reach up and push the button, or you touch it on the remote. And the rangefinder is aligned with your reticle. And so it ranges off of where your scope is, using obviously a laser, being a laser rangefinder. And then it uses the ballistic calculator on board to give you a firing solution for that particular elk.
Wow.
And it's obviously got complete compass. It knows where it is using obviously GPS. And it's a pretty badass unit. The only other thing on the market that does kind of what it does is like in that $9,000 price range, and these are on the shelf at $2,000. So it's a lot of technology, and it's powered by GeoBallistics, which Vortex, this is now our second product with GeoBallistics in it. So it's a lot of product.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot to unravel.
Yeah.
It is a lot to unravel.
And
we're not even in the mapping side of it. So you can use it and actually drop pins on a map in GeoBallistics with the rangefinder. So looking at that elk on the hill at 7:15, when you range it in your GB app, you can have a pin of where that elk is standing based on where the laser rangefinder hit.
Wow.
So
there's a lot.
You shoot you're shooting at sunset. I know you were going to go into the mapping thing, but I already beat you.
I think he just noticed that you keep saying elk, and that's why Brady's like really excited.
Oh,
to start
that's why I'm
talking about
excited. Yeah.
Just because he's here is the only reason I use elk is every example possible.
Yeah, big elk guy, right?
Huge elk.
Yeah, gosh, I'm never gonna let this one down.
You've been killing elk.
Yeah, I have been. I've been on a pretty crazy train.
He likes him.
All right,
He
go.
likes him.
I'll
let the expert take over after my dumb questions.
So to me, it's like, this is honestly like, this is very new to me. I know nothing about this product, nothing about these products in general. Even the other one you spoke of, that's like crazy expensive. And so seeing it for the first time, it's super intriguing to me right now. Like I understand benefits of it. I want to jump back to that little target. To me, it's like, how easy is it to get set up so it's actually perfectly on your reticle, like you're saying? Because it sounds like it's pretty simple. But are you setting this up at 100 yards?
It's really simple.
To do a test?
So what you'll do is you'll zero, say, like for instance, that's my coyote gun that's on the table. That gun is zeroed at 100 yards.
Yep.
That I have a hatred for coyotes.
It's a hell of a coyote
I have a
setup right
hatred
there.
for coyotes.
You should see my coyote setup compared to this thing.
Yeah, that's
little lever action right on the top of the truck.
No, I have me and coyotes have an issue. I had a coyote, just real quick story. I had a coyote get into our chicken coop and went mayhem on my wife's flock of chickens. And that is in my house, that's like a marital issue. And so I had to go on a coyote crusade to save my marriage. So I have a coyote gun that rivals most people's
hunting guns,
primary vehicles. Yeah.
That could be a whole podcast in itself. How you saved your marriage by shooting coyotes.
Yeah, we could bring her in. There was crying. There was all kinds. It was a wild few days. But
not good.
But I did some shooting. Some coyotes did some dying. So,
you have a rifle sighted in, dead on
the
at
gun
100.
in. Yeah, sight the gun in. Don't even turn the impact on. Sight the rifle, and you have it at 100.
You can choose your zero. 100, 150, 200.
Absolutely.
You choose your zero.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and you input that into the GeoBallistics software. You can build. So let me back up real quick. You build a rifle profile. Okay, we're gonna call it Jaryd's coyote gun. That coyote gun is labeled in the unit. Okay. It lives in the unit. It can also live in the GeoBallistics software, and you can upload it to the GeoBallistics for free to the server. So if you get a new phone or whatever happens, you can pull your stuff back.
I've been there on some other apps before where I lose everything.
When you lose everything, right? So that is incredibly important.
Yep.
So it can live on there and it's standalone. It can live on the GeoBallistics app, and it can live on the server, and it can live all three places and update appropriately. You push the rifle profile to the impact. When you build the rifle profile, you tell it the zero. So you can say I zeroed at 111 yards, and it's going to start using that to do its math. When you range at 350, it's using 111 as a starting point. If you do 91, so normally when we would range we zero at 100, but sometimes it's 92, sometimes it's really 107. You want that data right, so you're working with as much, because just let that thing do the math, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
garbage in is garbage out. It's going to be perfect right away.
So once the gun's zeroed, we're going to say 100, which is exactly what that gun is zeroed at on the dot. I build that gun in here. You select your bullet profile. GeoBallistics has every available bullet nearly. If you custom load something, you can input that. So BC, muzzle velocity, temperature, and it takes into account when you zeroed. So if I zero in Flagstaff at 7,100 feet, it's 59 degrees. My humidity that day was 11%. It takes all that. When I go to a new environment, it uses that math, then takes a weather reading of when I'm about to shoot, and does all the math for us.
Yep.
Okay. So back to your question, Brady. So you then would mount the unit on the diving board or the rail or whatever you do. You then use the onboard visible laser, which you select on, and there's actually a lock on the side to ensure that that thing's not on, inadvertently. And you use that visible laser to aim. Your reticle is holding here, and in the manual it tells you need to be between 50 and 100 yards while you're doing this. If you were to do some wild zero, I would truthfully have to ask an engineer. Like if you have a 300-yard zero, I would ask him what we needed to do here. I know it's possible, but I don't have it. So you would aim here, and then you literally just with a screwdriver move the visible laser until it reflects back in your eye. You're looking through the scope here. As soon as you see the laser in your eye,
I see what the reflective thing is now. Yeah, that makes sense.
And you're done.
It's that easy.
Now, whatever you're looking at with the reticle, the laser's looking at as well.
Can I see that piece of paper?
Yep.
I just want to
and the instructions are actually on the back of there too.
Okay.
How long did it take for you to get it set up?
So I actually timed it. The second time I timed it, I want to say it was like 16 minutes.
Not bad.
Build a rifle profile, swap the PMR ring cap. Now I was doing it all at my zero, so I was able to then just look right down the right.
Yeah.
So there's some time. I saved myself some time there. The
You
only
gotta
thing that
zero
I
a
skipped
rifle
there
anyways,
is-
though.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's not.
that's
And
already
once
done.
you zero, you're already kind of in that mode. The only thing I skipped is you do have to calibrate the unit when you pull it out of the box. They do tell you that you have to calibrate it anytime you go. I want to say it says 30 to 50 miles. What it really comes down to is if you were to move from New Jersey to California, it's important. If you were to go from New Jersey to Africa, it's important. If you were to go from Arizona to Wyoming, you're gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
So you're playing with latitude and longitude.
Yep. So it's very similar to most other
safe. Exactly.
any rangefinder. You guys got to calibrate your compass
stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because it does use an onboard compass for the mapping, right? When you're dropping those pins. It's also using it for the wind because you have a wind capture mode. So you put it in wind capture mode and you tell it, hey, the wind is in my face, the wind is in my right ear, right? And there's just a little dial you move on there, real easy. And then you give it miles per hour and it calculates wind.
Yeah, it's probably doing direction of fire and all that stuff to calculate the.
Yep. So that compass needs to be calibrated.
Yeah.
You do it real quick. The manual tells you, but you spin it a couple times. It takes about 2.5, 3 minutes, and then you're done. You're done with that portion.
Yeah. So pretty much anyone who's been familiar with a ballistic app on your phone is able to build a profile, and it's just similar to every other app, basically.
Absolutely.
On geoballistics.
Which is like a super norm, I feel like, these days.
Yeah, it used to be very confusing, I think, to people.
Yeah, but now
it's easy.
everyone's got that Sig Kilo or the Gunworks one or some form of like you had to go in and build a profile.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's kind of commonplace now.
Yeah, like I literally built one the other day for a gun. I got building some for my brother's guns. It's just 2 minutes, maybe a minute, and you got all your data imported, and it's pretty nice. I like that it syncs to a cloud.
Yeah.
Like that's huge to me.
And you can go in. You could go in on your laptop and edit your rifle. And you can push stuff. What else? What else is neat too is it allows you to store range cards in the unit. So for the tree stand, from a hunting standpoint, you would have from a tree stand, guy or a blind guy who has different lanes or whatever's going on in that food plot. You can have a range card built and see on your map on your app what you've observed and ranged and everything through your device. Wow! So you can mark. I mean, I just think of all the times that we've taken a shot. I mean, it happened to me in Mexico. I shot a Coues deer at 8:01 last year at sunset, Mm-hmm. And I'm hiking into this stupid canyon in the dark, headlamp, and you're like at 8:01, up, down, up, down. And you're like, I think he was right here. I think he was right there. You could be following a line on a map on a lit screen. You need a headlamp, So there's a lot of uses for it. The other thing you can do is use it to measure, like, okay, I know my 308's good to say 650. Well, that coyote's at 1100. You can use it to measure and figure out which hilltop I need to get to shoot from to where I'm ethically and accurately going to have a chance, you know? So there's a lot you can do with it. And the app does not need cell signal to be doing all those things. That's all standalone from,
That's huge.
From the, just cool.
So what would happen then? You're traveling on a hunt. I'm going to fly. Let's say I have to take it off.
Mm-hmm.
If I put it back on there, am I going to have to do any sort of recalibration, or is it going to be pretty simple to mount it back on there?
You're going to want to recalibrate, which is easy. Really, that point, I would just want to mark or remember which tooth of the pick rail that thing is sitting on.
Take a silver Sharpie or something like that and mark it on there so you remember.
And it's not hard to just toggle that visible laser back on and see if they're aligned, right? So you can verify that without shooting, for sure. Which, if you're going to fly, you're probably going to want to zero when you get to where we're going.
Yeah, all the time. So what other main pros for a hunter does this have?
You're taking a lot of stress out, right? So back in the day, we've all done the thing. You're writing dope on your stock. Well, that's only so accurate because, like we're talking about, you go from zeroing it in Flagstaff to hunting in Sonora. I mean, you might as well be in two different worlds, literally. We've all carried range cards, whether it's in our bino harness. Well, that's really cool because when your bino harness is open and the range card's in the little zipper, now I'm trying to shoot, I'm closing a harness, I'm making noise, I'm zippering, I'm dropping, I'm stressed. Now it's all right here at 12 o'clock in this instance where I have to look at it and dial all in the same field of view.
Yeah.
Right. So from a speed standpoint, it's a game changer.
Yeah, I can see speed.
And you're also not doing this. You're not trying to pull it out and, okay, hey, what range did you get? 7-11? Okay, I'm 7-11, and that's the biggest buck I've ever seen, and we're doing
now you're
all
back
this
to bucks.
happy shit.
Let's stick with bulls.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah, biggest bull I've ever seen.
I like that you caught it.
Yeah, I got it.
So from a speed standpoint, there's obviously the ethical standpoint of taking the guesswork out. I mean, how many times have we rushed a shot? People that rushed a shot, things get wounded. You're taking a lot of that out of the equation. You're taking nearly all of it out of the equation, quite frankly, by just having something that has no emotion, is just doing the math. Like you said, you hit the nail on the head. What you put in, you're going to get out. But it's really not complicated once it's set up right to get in the rhythm of. It's just part of the process.
Yeah.
It's just part of shooting on an empty lung and slow, steady press, and it just becomes part of the shot.
Notice you said press.
I did notice. I was going to jump in and say that.
That's my biggest
I wish
pet
Trail
peeve.
was here.
Biggest pet peeve when people say they squeeze the trigger, pull the trigger. It's you press.
He yells at Trail and I all the time because we talk about pulling the trigger, and he's like, no, press the trigger.
it.
We should agree on something.
We
You
did.
guys did.
Should write that down too.
Yeah.
So
What a day.
another one-on-one comment here. So what we're looking at is, what is that, 3 to 4 inches off the top of the scope that you're adding into height?
From the top of the ring. Sure. Yeah.
From the top of the
2.5.
objective.
Yep.
And it's 4 inches long.
Yep. And it weighs 16 ounces.
Okay, so it's not heavy at all.
No, I mean, look, we've all spent. I mean,
I should say it's
carbon
less
barrel,
heavy
right?
than I
Like
thought.
you spend good money to make these things lighter. Carbon stock. I mean, we all have all done it. I view it as good weight. What's the term Cody Nelson uses when we're talking about optics and weight? He's got a phenomenal. I almost want to call him and put him on speaker. He said it 30 times with me, and I love it every time he says it.
I mean, weight is stability.
It'll come to me, but it's a way of saying good weight, but he's got a better way of saying it.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at there is, so you've hunted with this, obviously, right?
A little bit, not super backcountry. I'm not going to tell you I've had it 30 miles in, but I've done quite a few days with it. Carrying it
And
around.
it doesn't, you don't notice it getting in the way or anything?
I don't.
I mean, it is directly in line. Like you said, it's right at 12 o'clock, so I don't know why it would. It's just kind of popping into my mind of if...
If you think about it mounted, like if you were to carry it, if you were going in deep and you were walking and say it's like the day before the hunt, for instance, on the side of your pack, it's so vertical that it's not a huge deal. You're not making a habit of slamming your backpack into every tree you walk by anyway. So it's not your scope's still right there. We're still being careful. It's still around the glass, right? And when I actually carry nearly right under that, and I actually find that it rests and it kind of bumps right up against my arm, and I feel it, and it's there, and my arm is protecting it from anything that's going on left and right. So I don't find it to be an inconvenience at all. It took me some time to get over it visually, truthfully, just like, okay, how am I going to mess this thing up? But I have not had. I mean, you can look at it. I have not had haven't had an incident yet.
Visually,
scratches.
I think it looks cool as shit visually.
Yeah,
like
it
that
does look
thing is, it looks like you are doing something with that on there.
Well, you're hopefully hitting what you're shooting at because
Yeah.
it's doing a lot of the work for you. The LCD screen will flip automatically, so if you do decide to mount it 3 or 9, you don't have to go in and change anything. It just automatically does it. Our team did a really, really good job with that thing.
What type of battery does it take?
Those CR123.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. So super commonly available. You can rip one out of your flashlight if you need to, or your headlamp if you need to. Does have an auto shut off. So once you range, you can do either a 1 minute or a 3 minute, if I remember correctly. So once you range, and it'll sit there and leave that data up for you if you're waiting for that, bull to turn. And then if he doesn't, you can obviously turn it back on.
Do you have anything in your mind of what that would cure for you? Like something that's happened in the past?
I can just think of like maybe a new hunter. New hunter, like you said, just want that piece. It's like basically hunting peace of mind. It's like eliminating a lot of those steps that are really confusing and complicated, and like trying to range something from the side, trying to set it down, trying to pick it up and redo it. Where like a lot of times, like when I shot that buck last week, like literally I was constantly on my gun looking at it, and then I'm just ranging again. Where this I can just be on the gun, comfortable, leaning in on it, range. The buck gets up, I can still range as the buck's
at one
moving.
magnification.
Yeah.
So how frustrating can it be when, like, especially, we talk to coos deer hunters, right? You're looking through, you got the coos, you're getting ready to shoot, and you have a coos buck at, say, 12 power. Then you grab your 6 power rangefinder, and you're like, oh, is it that bush? Is it that bush you just walked behind? Is it that rock?
Precision ranging.
And now you're effectively ranging with the reticle of your rifle scope.
That's
and
huge,
you're
yeah.
peeking up and looking. And if you say, if he's inside a 5-600, you only have to hold a few minutes. You can literally just start floating that reticle and go, and not even have to dial.
I didn't think of that at first, but that is absolutely a game changer right there.
Yeah, that didn't pop into my mind on my own, but listening to you just say that, yes, that is so frustrating to go from. Well, first off, you're taking your body pressure eye out of the optic, so you're losing target acquisition to go range, and then you're trying to find it in the range with a different optic magnification, trying to figure out where you're trying to range. It becomes a whole thing, and it happens to all of us. It happens to me constantly. I don't know who it doesn't happen to. It's just the name of the game is, you lose target acquisition, get the range, then you get back into the gun, you got to reacquire the target. It's like a whole deal.
We'll take it a step further. If you've mounted the button, like a lot of the guys that were doing all the testing mounted the button somewhere and for the camera's sake, I'll put it over here, but somewhere in that area where your arm is typically around, and either using a sandbag or using a beanie or manipulating the stock in some way.
Yeah.
If that button is there, now I don't even have to do this.
Yep.
So you're shooting instantly. As soon as the thing tells you need to hold up 4 minutes, you're just gonna let a little pressure off and rise that reticle up 4 minutes and.
Yeah, I can see mounting it on the left side of the stock because I'm a right-hand shooter, because like you said, my arm's usually just free floating out here. Maybe this one's reaching around, just barely touching the buttstock, maybe moving it up and down on a bag or whatever, and you just keep tapping it as you're.
Yep. And you can input wind. You can change all the settings. It's got the full pad, so you can move all of the settings can be done, other than initial rifle setup, because you need an extra button. So it is
it's almost like a garage door opener, but like cool buttons on the left, like windage. Obviously, you can turn it on. You can range. Is like that one the range button, or
yep,
that's on?
Yep, measure.
Huh. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Yep.
So
now, if you were helping, so let me take another step for you. If you were helping on a hunt, and you have, for instance, I help with a lot of kids that are on disabled hunts. Now, it's hard because you want to verify they're looking at the right, but let's just say there's one bull standing in that field. If that kid is behind the gun and looking at that bull, I can be holding the remote and looking at the GeoBallistics app and watching what the range is producing. So when you hit the button, it's going to tell me 4.2
Okay,
mils.
so you have like a heads-up style display, so it syncs right
so
over.
I can see it. 4.2, it captures everything, all barometric pressure, everything is going to be shown. Everything that's shown on that display, I can see on the phone. So when you talk about your wife or somebody, you can then say, hey, now in the scope, you see the little 4 next to the reticle? Yes, put that 4 on the bull, pull the trigger. Or you can reach down and dial for them. Right, so there's a lot of different uses, guides and outfitters. If it's their their loaner gun, I mean there's a lot of ways that this thing can be used to enhance the overall experience, and get people a lot more effective. So,
yeah, that's
pretty wild. Just the look of it for me, that's wild.
Like questions I almost have is like, probably there's no right answer for it, but like, the amount of time it took to develop something like this.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking about the complexities of developing it, making it work, making it functional, making it rugged for the field. Like all these things, it just seems like such a sophisticated piece of equipment, but it's very easy to set up. Anyone can do it, and it works.
Yeah, we have a rad team back at Vortex headquarters right now. Like the company is in a phenomenal spot. So there's some rad people working on new product development.
And I didn't even hear anything leaked about this either. And I'm usually pretty in the know about searching around the old interwebs.
See, as a dealer guy, as a guy that manages accounts, I would disagree. I'd say it's one of the most ridiculous, stressful. Yeah, so many dealers screwed this one up.
Really?
Yeah, it drove me nuts.
Not us though.
No, not you.
Us.
No.
Maybe it was hunting season, and I was like,
no,
under a rock.
You had your head down. Well, it leaked more on the tactical side first.
Yeah, that's probably why.
The forum guys and some of the mill guys, some of the guys that got previous access and helped with some of it. They didn't do a great job on this one.
So is this out now?
It is. Yep. Fully released. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't we have one
heavily back ordered. To be honest, the release was phenomenal.
I believe we ordered some for GOHUNT.
You do have one order. Yeah, there's one on order.
So yeah, you can get it in the GOHUNT gear shop when they show up.
Huh.
When do you expect? Obviously, demand's really high right now.
It is.
Is this going to be something like Q1, Q2? You expect things to become more readily available?
No, I would think it takes later than that.
Later than that?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's that back ordered?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All
So
tactical side? Sorry, Brady. All tactical side or hunting?
No, it's been incredibly well received by the hunting crowd.
Yeah. That was going to be my question. I was wondering if it's more on the tactical side.
But slower to receive it because that's not something that the hunting. It wasn't in the hunting crowd's, left and right lateral limit. But then being explained to like something as simple as now we're ranging on the magnification we're shooting on, right? You're gonna enjoy that. Well, that had to be told to people before they're like, okay, now I see validity.
Yeah. Is there anything? And I'm not sure how to word this correctly. So it doesn't sound like something negative, but. Is there any legalities in hunting with this in certain states?
Not that I've been told about.
Because it does project a visible laser.
Nope. Visible laser is only for zeroing.
Only for zeroing, okay.
Yep. And so it is just a laser rangefinder ballistic calculator. So just like our Razor 4000 GB, that's a handheld rangefinder that does virtually the same thing, although you're still using that different unit.
Yep.
It's just a laser rangefinder.
Yeah, so like Nevada, it would be legal, right? Because the battery is not inside.
It's not inside the scope.
Itself.
Yeah, it's mounted on the scope, but yeah, it's not internally in the scope.
So for legal purposes, it would be treated like a Kestrel station or
kind of
that mixed with a
if you can use a
rangefinder.
ballistic calculator and you can use a rangefinder, then there's no reason that can't be used. That's all it is. It's just combined into one unit. It's a lot faster and a lot more intuitive to use, but it's not any other technology.
Yeah, because I was going to go down the legality too, but then I kept thinking of like why it would be illegal, and I obviously go to Nevada just because we're here, and we're pretty strict on having internal battery to any optic, but it's not in the optic itself. So why not?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, it's bolted to it. It's no different than if you were to tape your laser rangefinder to your scope because you're forgetful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dang. Neat product.
It is really neat product.
It's going to continue to do very well. It solves a lot of problems, and people are going to be more successful because of it. There's no way around it. We're taking a lot of the guesswork and a lot of the fooling around and time out. Again, just even if you did your research, even if you did your homework and you have a dope card, where is it? When the biggest bull you've ever seen in your life steps out, where's that dope card? And it ain't right here. Well, right there it is.
Yeah, and that's usually one of the biggest questions I get. Like one of my friends just went to a hunt in a certain state in the West. I'm not going to say states. And he was asking me questions about where he lives, the elevation, if you should make another dope chart for it. And I was like, well, that's where the ballistics, calculators come into play. He'll calculate all that for you in the field. And he doesn't, I believe he has a device that can do it. But it's like, everyone's always confused when they travel. They shoot at sea level. They're going to go hunt on a certain state at 8,000 feet. But like this is going to take all that guesswork out of it because it's pulling in all the atmospherics, pulling in a direction fire, like you said, compass.
Yeah, totally built-in weather suite, and you can use your Kestrel. You can pair your Kestrel to the GB app and tell the app, "Hey, I want my weather to come from the Kestrel." What's cool there is the Kestrel is now feeding wind, and you don't have to input wind.
Yeah.
So you do have to. There are some extra steps for the setup, but you tell the app, which again does not need LTE to do any of this, right?
No.
You don't need the 5G. It's working on its own network. But your Kestrel can be talking to the app, and then the app tells the impact, hey, I'm getting weather from the Kestrel, and here's wind direction, speed, everything, and then the calculation's done off of that.
That just sold me as well. Because if I can talk to my Kestrel and I can get my wind from my Kestrel, then I have to skip the step of having to touch the button back and forth, and it can just go right into it. And like that's huge. Because then again, I can have, like you and on the same hunt. Yeah. You could hold my Kestrel and grab the wind, and it's going to automatically program in there while I'm sitting on the gun. And obviously, I'll be doing the ranging because I don't trust you ranging. But
thanks, Brady.
Just kidding. Had to throw something in there, but
I'll just visually, man. This thing's got me like, holy shit.
What's max range?
So it's a 4,000 yard rangefinder. As with any rangefinder, the type of target,
reflective targets
does have impact on the no pun intended on the name, have impact on the the product, the final product. So on a dumpster in the sun, 4,000 yards.
So I can get a ballistic solution
on an elk
at 4,000. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good.
Because that's just math at that point. As long as the laser rangefinder returns, we're getting the math. It's just another factor of where we're at. But on an elk, you should expect to be in that 2,500 to 2,000 range. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna,
and it does have an ELR mode. So in regular ranging mode, the laser size is being sent out to a certain size, right?
That was what I was going for. Like
there
beam
is an
divergence.
ELR mode that you can select. So if you do have a bedded bull. Bull at say 1,800 and he's laying there, you may not be willing to take that shot, but knowing and again using it as a game planning tool, you can switch it to ELR mode and that will refine that laser. It takes multiple readings and then it gives us a much more accurate final product by selecting that. But it is a slower system in ELR mode. But when you're looking at something that far, that's not a game changer typically. So
water resistance,
all the mill standards. I could read you the, mill
IPX7,
standard, blah 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 blah. But I don't have that one memorized. But yes, completely.
What kind of care do you have to do on the lenses? Is it just like a normal optic?
Normal optic.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the backlight, there's a big button on the back. So you have the backlight. If you want the backlight turned off, you can real quickly reach up and just turn that off. You don't have to scroll through a big giant settings menu to make the light turn off on the backside if that becomes a problem, like on a law enforcement application with a night vision device. So there's a lot of cross use between hunting and tack and precision rifle, the competition guys, and there's a lot going on. Is this
legal on competition and all that?
As far as I'm aware.
Dang. Yeah. Normally I would do research on things before we talk about them, but I really wanted to come into this not knowing anything. And I'm probably asking the dumbest questions about it, but like I just wanted to know, and I understand the purpose of this product.
Well, I can assure you guys are talking about things that I don't fully understand with these different, whatever you just said, range laser speed things. So they're not as dumb as the questions I'm asking.
I've gotten guys too like, well, it's really big. And it's like, cool. Show me how big your laser rangefinder is that you carry on the side of your bino harness.
Yeah.
Because unless you own a ballistic calculator laser rangefinder, I'm heavily increasing your capability for the same weight and the same dimension. There's not a difference in that maybe a 1/4 inch thicker. It's a very marginal compared to what we all have hanging off our bino harness anyway. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I'd rather carry it on the gun than have it hanging off of me anyway. I like a lighter setup on my chest. So I'm digging it.
Very comparable to the rangefinder I carry. Super, super comparable.
Yep. So the size thing, I don't get that. I mean, I think it's just a little bit of shock and awe when guys first see it, and then it's like, oh, wait a second. You start looking at the feature set and capability increase, and it's not I hate to say it's an easy sell, but it's not the hardest sell when you really get into the details.
Dang.
Cool unit.
It is really cool. I'm glad I got to see it in person.
Yeah. I didn't even know. I thought we were talking about just these other optics that I was aware of.
We're trying to keep
But I walked
surprised.
in here. That was the first thing that I went to.
Yeah, we were at dinner last night, and he mentioned like, oh yeah, I actually brought a setup. And I was like, that was phenomenal. We actually have things on the table that we can look at and talk about. I thought we were just going to have the unit sitting here, but having it mounted on there.
I thought it was phenomenal. I got Brady to dinner.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That felt like an accomplishment.
That was.
That's a good one.
It was, yeah. Food is fuel, not
years,
fun.
like 4 years of being denied.
What'd you have?
I've been chasing you around.
Chicken parm.
That's fun.
I do think that was the first chicken parmesan I've ever had in my life, by the way.
That's fun.
And that shows how much I live under a rock.
I love that. I mean, yes. I honestly wasn't shocked that you said that was the first time because I know you and I've spent so much time with you. that is shocking to the average individual to hear that from Brady, that you're 30 some years old and you've never had chicken parm before.
And there's a tablecloth on the table that we ate the chicken parm
No
off of.
way.
I was going to ask for a crayon if I could draw on it.
Nope. The place had tablecloths too. It was amazing.
Good old Bradley J. Miller.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Man.
Yeah, man, that is
So cool product, but one of those products too that we need to be talking about, and we need to be pointing people to the videos. Vortex did a great job of putting out a whole series broken up appropriately. There's one really long video that's available that's good. Truthfully, it's like 48 minutes long. It's phenomenal. The data is incredible in it. Then there's broken up sections for zeroing and mounting and wind capture mode and ELR versus standard. And so the video series is incredibly helpful and put together well, because it is a very technical product. There's no way around it.
That's really good. They went through that level of effort to get the education side, because looking at it, it'd be a hard sell. But once you start diving into it and learning about it, like I want to learn more, and then being able to watch a video on something like this, I think it would explain why you need to have one.
Right. Yeah. The first time I mounted it, I had my laptop outside with me, just paired to my phone at the range and just let it and just pause, do it, play, do it, and it's pretty intuitive once you do it once.
So check out that on Vortex's YouTube page.
Yeah, it should be up there. And if not, the local, you guys have it as a dealer resource available that you can easily email it out to the consumer.
Someone's question.
and it's called the Impact.
The Impact.
That's what it is. Vortex Impact.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, the Impact 4000. So we always have a name, and then in all our rangefinders, we give the max effective range right after in the title. So when you're looking at it, it's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
What are these other little guys here? These spot scopes.
That's the new Razor spotter, the 13 and 39 by 56. Really cool ultralight spotter.
It is light. Just picked it up.
I was a big 18 by 56 guy prior to the release of that thing, and I've never been a big spotter guy personally. Totally understand the validity. My anatomy, for whatever reason, never got along with anybody's spotter. I've owned all of them, nearly all of them, and that thing has been such a kick-ass little unit. And it replaced my 18s in my pack for me. It's 40% lighter than my 18s, and I'm getting double the magnification. It packs smaller. Been an awesome little spotter.
So I actually got a hold of one of these early, and I know we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, no, it hurt my feelings.
So I got an early view at it, and I actually took it out on some hunts and put it to the test next to some other spotters, and I was really, really blown away with how bright it is and how crystal clear it is. And for me, so I love taking a giant spotter. I'm all about I need to glass something to kill it. But for going super ultra light on some of those crazy backpack hunts that I love to do, sometimes I kind of wish I didn't have some big giant heavy optics. So for me right now, I didn't get it right before I went bear hunting this year, but this is my bear spotter.
Cool.
Literally, this is the spotting scope I'm taking bear hunting next year.
Yeah.
It's super light. I get what I need out of it. I just need to be able to record a digiscope footage of the bear, record a kill shot, and maybe verify that obviously it's a mature bear, but I love how small it is, and it just basically fits in any pocket in my backpack.
Yeah, pack's super easy. 28.6 ounces. Obviously threaded on the bottom plate is threaded for a stud, or they're also ARCA.
Yeah, it's ARCA compatible already.
So you don't, most tripods are now converting over to where you don't need a plate, but they are threaded if you have an OG tripod that you're just in love with, which a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
You get some tripod loyalty for sure. So yeah, really, really cool. And another one that their launch went way better than expected. Without running a report, I would argue that these are two of the top 3 most backordered products in Vortex's line right now.
Really? I can see why. These things are awesome. I like the mag range too. That's a really good mag range.
Yeah,
13 to 39.
13 to 39.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
That's a perfect little spotter. It's right there in the wheelhouse.
And again, at $9.99 on the shelf, when you compare it to other products in the market versus feature set, and you go down, a lot of guys, we take hell online all the time. Oh, you got to talk about your warranty all the time because you must need it. No, we just like taking care of people. But thanks for your input.
Isn't it funny how you do good and then it gets taken the other way from the haters?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. You'll never win all the time. There's always somebody who's gonna, when you're doing good, somebody's gonna see it from the other angle, and it's all right, shithead. All right, whatever.
I kind of enjoy it because I just perfect. We don't need to go too much further together.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for, thanks for wearing your mask, pal. So so I don't need it.
So it's straight and angled.
Yep. Yeah. So those are the only two options. One color, which matches all our other. It's the same shade of green that we've been with for a while. The heel cowl focus. So you have that mid body focus, which is nice because you don't have knobs up on top to get snagged and broken, and that's a really robust system. And the big wheel allows you to just really fine tune. You can kind of lay on and give it a little palm pressure and really get your clarity dialed. So it's been incredibly well received. So really, really happy with the
I
way
just
that
like
thing's going.
packability.
Yeah,
Like packability, and I like it being bright and super high quality image I get out of it. Like I even took it out to the desert when we were looking for desert bighorns, and like that was a great one. It was hot as hot, so I was like not wanting to pack all this extra weight on different spotters, and I just packed that guy, and it worked.
What's your take, angle versus straight? It's
Angled every day.
a fun conversation.
Every day, all day.
Not even a question.
Not even a question.
I'm with you. And I know Cody Nelson would be proud to, because it encourages you to sit down and not stand.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I
I see both sides. I see why people like it straight. I like having my tripod a little bit lower.
I don't see why people like it straight.
Okay,
I don't.
I understand it for the guys, the window mount guys.
Yeah.
I get the straight.
Yeah,
I don't.
Target acquisition maybe is another one if you want to switch from spotter to binos. But
I've never had that problem.
It.
People argue that one all the time. I've never had that problem with it.
The target acquisition, I don't get that. Back it down to 13. Get in the area.
Just look over the eye cup.
Yeah,
like it's right there. Like the eye cup can
right
literally almost be an aperture. Like if you can't get that close.
So the funny thing is though, so I always have an angled, and I do my family hunt every year where we go chase mule deer, and if I let any of my family members borrow my angle, they literally want to grab it and throw it in the canyon because they can't look through it. They can't find an animal. If it bumps it and gets off of there, they're not able.
They need to work on target acquisition. You need to teach them.
Yeah.
This is what the car mount. I do not understand the car mount.
I've never used one.
Okay.
Let me preface to say that I've never done it.
A lot of the straight guys,
that
that's like one of the first things they talk about is the car mount, is window mounts out of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
When you're sitting in your truck and you have these two options, when you roll this angled right to your eye, you're just sitting there in your seat.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to torsion all the way around to look through the straight. The window mount actually is like the most reason to have an angled spotting scope, in my opinion, because you can just set it right here. It's looking right back at you.
So here's what you're kind of hinting at, and I will say I have glassed from a window all the time on a bunch of these hunts, like running and gunning, trying to glass on
late
range.
season hunts are all a lot of window
And
time.
so the straight ones, you have to roll that window up a lot higher. What do you do when you roll that window up? Well, that window's going to start vibrating. It literally, any sort of wind outside or just the height of the window, it's going to add to instability in glassing. Where the angled, I can keep it a little bit lower because I have to lean into it.
Gotcha.
So it makes it more stable.
Hey.
There's no reason for a straight.
Glassing uphill, angled all day. Glassing downhill, just rotate the housing a little bit, and your money.
Look, I don't.
I think it's better support.
I own straight spotters because I have to have samples. I don't use straight spotters. I've never taken a straight spotter out.
Yeah, I
Not
can't.
one time.
There's no
I don't have any
reason for 'em.
scientific thing about this, but I also think that when you're digiscoping, it's putting less, it's making it a little bit more stable because that angle is supporting the weight of the phone a little bit better because it's angled in a
being
different
up high and
spot rather than just
on
sitting
it.
flat and kind of like pulling it
hanging
down,
off it,
hanging
yeah.
off it. So it's angled and not like
Yeah, some of the
the
phone
weight
weight
is kind of reduced in a way.
Yeah, some of the phone weight is sitting on
the optic,
spotter, not just hanging off of it.
Yeah. Especially if you're up high and the spotter's looking down, you're
Mm-hmm.
just gaining more and more by that. Yeah, I never really thought of that one.
And these things are like, the straight is basically the size of like a 16-ounce water bottle.
It's small.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yep.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the straight is actually heavier. The straight's 29.5 ounces. The angled is 28.6.
Oh, look at
so
the
look
room.
at that. You can
That's gonna
leave the
save your
handle
backpack.
on your
Exactly.
on your toothbrush, Brady.
I can almost fit, I can not shave it.
You don't have to shave your toothbrush. Just
Oh.
take your angled.
Those back molars are going to love me. Like you can almost fit this in like the pant pocket of my Timberline pants.
Yeah.
Like I
That
literally
thing's
put it in my
tiny.
Timberline.
It literally is tiny.
Yeah, I was really excited when those came out. Like I said, for me who wants to go crazy deep and not have to pack my heavy spotter, like that's the ticket.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
sounds
sacrificing
awesome.
anything else. I'm still bright image, still super crisp. Razor glass.
Yeah, it's not hard to see why these were so well received.
Yeah, and you guys have done well with them. Your initial
Yeah.
push has been great, and the back order proves,
Yeah.
kind of where the industry sees it, which is cool.
I think there's quite a good shift in people kind of packing down their overall optic setups.
Yeah.
Maybe not Brady, but like there's been a shift happening where people are, they're seeing the value in how good these little ones are, and not necessarily carrying the weight for just that little bit of performance gain on those giant ones.
Right.
Seeing a lot of people change to these smaller setups.
Yeah, they're pretty unique.
That's why I took a small setup on my sheep hunt. I loved it. That's probably like one of the most times you need a spotting scope on
Yeah.
a sheep hunt.
Well, yeah.
I
Save,
took a small
save
one.
yourself. And
Yeah.
just the amount of coverage you can do if you
Yeah.
can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
That hunt had to be insane.
Oh, it was awesome. It was incredible.
Was it?
We haven't done the recap of it yet, but it was awesome. It was really good.
I'm looking forward to hearing the recap. That was kind of when I was driving up here. It was, I had my whole work checklist, and then it was like I got to hear about.
Yeah.
Got to hear about that sheep hunt.
It was awesome.
Taking a stone sheep with your bow has got to be just an incredible feeling.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it to you this way. I had it built up in my head. I'll leak this part of it before we do the recap. I had it built up in my head that it was so hard that I was coming home empty. Like I just had that built up in my head. Well, at least it's an experience. I'm going to, hopefully a lot of stocks, bow hunting sheep, tons of learning. I had it built up that it was going to be so hard. So when it happened on the fourth day, like it's still, it's set in, but I made it in my head that it was so impossible that it's almost like it hasn't happened. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Like it was just
Crazy.
complete luck, but it was not at all complete luck. It was awesome. The way it worked, an amazing stock, the shot, like everything was right in line with when you work your ass off and put yourself in the right spot. But there's a part of me that's like, oh, that was straight luck.
Well,
There's
and-
no way that wasn't just pure luck.
And with everything that went on prior to, it was awesome to see you get that
Yeah,
done for
appreciate
sure.
that.
It was really cool to see you get it
Appreciate
done.
that.
So we can't ask how far the shot was. So when's the recap? Because I
Shot was
won't ask
shot was
any
51
inappropriate
yards.
questions.
Shot was 51. I won't tell you all the
I have
secrets
so
of the
many
shot.
questions.
51
Yeah.
yards was the shot.
Trail, hurry up and get home so we can get a recap.
Yeah.
I know we're hoping to do a recap series starting in December for everyone
When everyone's
listening.
done. Yeah, once
Yeah,
Trail
all the
gets back.
hunting's over, and then all of us are just craving to listen about hunts again. So
Yep.
we're going to start
Yep.
talking back about all of
Start.
our hunting season.
Pumping out all those stories.
I can't wait.
But one of the other companies you deal for, Mystery Ranch,
Yep.
I had a secret. How secret do we need to be? I'll let you say it, so I don't.
Pretty
mess it up.
secret. Pretty darn secret. You had the only one outside of the organization
Okay.
in the entire world.
And I was using it, and
On an archery stone.
Secrets are
When
no
I-
fun. Secrets
I
hurt
know, Brady.
someone.
I can't stand the secrets. I don't know. I
No.
can't stand them. I think there is so much value in letting people know. And it's not my company though, so
It's above my pay
who
grade
the
too.
hell
I
am
will go out on a
But
limb and say though, if Brady goes with me right now and gets an "I love elk" tattoo on his forearm,
Then I can talk.
you
about
can
it.
say whatever you want on this podcast.
Well, that ain't happening, guys.
I'll just when I get passionate about something, like I really want to talk about it because it was incredible.
No,
It's
we're excited for that pack, and we're only 6 weeks from the release of that pack. I
Yeah.
mean, we're not talking years here, which is good for everyone.
that is good. I can only
we're
keep
not-
these secrets in for so much
I
longer.
know we're close. You guys will probably have a shipping notification on those new packs soon.
You're kind of like almost Michael Scott, huh?
I know.
coming.
I
You tell
can't do
him
it.
something, he's gonna
can't do
he just
it.
wants to leak it
No,
so bad.
it's coming.
it
It is
is.
going to be an incredible. It's going to be an incredible time for all of us because that pack is very very effective.
Yeah,
as you-
and a
as
lot of
you
the
found out.
times in hunting, gear things are so good and things have come such a long ways. Like, for example, this impact. Man, I remember back in the day when I was like first into college, even into high school, when you got a turret cut. And you'd get like 4 or 5 different ones cut from the manufacturer for this different elevation, and you just kind of played the game with, okay, what turret is cut to the closest of where I'm going hunting? Now look where we are. It's unbelievable.
It
Like
is.
you don't even cut turrets anymore.
We
It's
were
like not even a thought.
What was Trail telling us about the rangefinders? And that was even before my time, which made me, I wasn't sure if I wanted to feel young or I wanted Trail to feel really old in the conversation. But last time when Tim and I were here, he was talking about some rangefinder where it was effectively like you just
You
sized.
rolled it,
Yeah.
and it was a peep sight that would roll.
I said to Tim, and when we were on the way to the airport, I said, so what year was that? Because I'm, I feel like I've been around a little bit, but I guess I'm.
Is Trail older than we think?
Sorry,
he
Trail,
is
you're old.
now.
He might be older than we think he is. It is his birthday today.
Oh yeah,
It is his birthday today. So
Trail. Happy birthday!
Yeah,
Happy
happy
birthday,
birthday, bud. Glad
He's
you're
out, he's
hunting
out
on your birthday.
bow hunting mule deer right now.
It's his
So-
element.
But yeah, with things that have come so far in hunting, a lot of the times, the next gen or the new one it's good. It's better than the last, but it's not like, it's better than the last. It's kind of just leave it at that, like majority of the time. dude, this new setup is like different.
The
It is-
pack?
it changes. It changes some setups.
We're happy to hear you and hear that because I mean, again, we talked about the development team at Vortex. The guys building those packs and doing the design and the testing and then the redesign at MR are just some of the best humans on the planet.
Yeah.
And so to see badass product come out of that scenario is it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
just I'm lucky to work with such rad companies.
For sure.
It'll be
that's,
cool.
That's one of those things though. Like that is not just a little bit better than the year previous. Like it is. It's different.
Well,
That's
you got
awesome.
like 6 weeks, Lorenzo, and then you can just
Michael's
you can
got for
sing the
6 more weeks.
praises, and we'll
Can't
be
hold these secrets.
We'll be
You can
good.
stop blurring things and
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
yeah. Oh yeah, I did a gearless video earlier this year, and I actually had this in my gearless video, and I had to blur it heavily.
blur it.
It's funny when you blur things on videos like that and just see all the comments, like what people are guessing it was, and no one guessed it.
No. What were some of the? What was even close?
I mean, they kept thinking like different companies. Like, is it like something super compact? Is it a new compact? Is it just like a revamp of something else? But like,
No one guessed.
No one
Nobody.
guessed it.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean,
See, this
I did tell them to blur it and make it a little bit bigger blur. I didn't want to make it like super tiny blur. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm just holding this little tiny object and make the shape out of it. But like,
Yeah, this is it's a good example too. We had to blur it in my pack weight going into New Mexico elk, Omar's New Mexico elk. We had to blur it because we were doing pack weights, right? And I wanted to see how heavy the pack was. And it's obviously a pack and it's blurred out, but this is the secretive thing. Everyone kept saying that it was Kifaru, that we were carrying Kifaru now, or it was Initial Ascent or all this stuff. And it's like, like you guys are losing the marketing or like the tidal wave coming because nobody even knows that it's a new
there.
MR pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
That's why secrets hurt people.
Above my pay grade.
They hurt.
I'm playing plead the fifth on that.
This will be the first that anyone hears for all those people that were guessing Initial Ascent and Kifaru and all that. It is
Yeah.
not. It is Mystery Ranch.
Nope.
I love how you say Kifaru.
It's so much easier to say Kifaru than to say Kifaru.
Is this a
No,
good time to
just
talk
me.
about Nevada or should
oh
I-
gosh,
You
yeah.
can't do that. Don't do that one.
All right. I got a fun after the first one when you
Yeah.
jumped me on that, which
Yeah.
appropriate. I got
Hey,
it.
it's Nevada.
I got like 15 calls the day that thing went out. Like, hey, you can't talk. I'm like, yeah, I know I can't talk. Thank you.
Renzo will probably
I
get
don't
the same
hide
YouTube
this.
comments about this now too.
That's fine.
No.
Isn't it, Kifaru is African for rhino, right?
Kifaru is African for rhino.
Yeah. So I speak English. And it's easier to say Kifaru.
Oh, Lorenzo, you crack me up.
Hard-headed
Tomato,
sometimes.
tomato.
Yeah, just hard-headed. Got the point across, though. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
No, there you go. We got it.
Yeah. But
Yeah, go see some other things today. Some other secrets. That's
We
kinda
looked
fun.
at fall 24 product,
Yeah.
Mr. Campos. I think you got a little peek.
I walked by a little bit. Unfortunately, I was trying to catch up on things since
Yeah.
Omar's also out of the office right now, elk
Yeah.
hunting. So I'm taking over 3 different roles.
Trail
right
and Omar are out. Brady is being worked to the bone.
now.
Yeah. He needs it.
I agree.
Plus, he got chicken parm to burn off. He'll be
And he's
okay.
had such a good hunting year. Like, no one feels bad for him.
Oh, I know. I walked by his office and the moose is
Yeah,
laying on the
just get
ground.
your
And
ass
you're
to
like, oh,
work,
yeah.
bro. No one feels bad.
Yeah, Brady, your life is horrible. Yeah, so fall 24 product for Mr. Ranch went over today, which is cool. Stepping into some new categories that Mr. Ranch has never been in, which is really exciting. And that product was the one that when I walked through the door, your entire team went nuts over.
Oh, yeah,
So-
I grabbed you this morning and
so
you're like, you're not even working
that's
yet.
exciting.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter who it was. I mean, Paul up front, everybody. Ethan
Yeah.
jumped out of his desk. You were on. I mean, so that was exciting. Always cool to have something positive to talk about, and
Yeah.
so that was
I'm excited for that.
that was really cool. So
Can you drop
great,
a hint?
great meeting.
Anything? Nothing?
Above my pay grade. I want to do this every year. I don't know.
Yeah, I want him to come down more because if he comes down more, that means maybe he'll go to restaurants more.
We go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that.
Easy, Cody. Easy,
even
Cody.
a-
I'm
not
not,
even
I'm not
just
going
like
to put
a
my
little drop?
foot down on that.
Not yet.
But
When do they come out? When are they available? Well, we looked
July-
at today. When are they available?
Well, July 1 of 24. In true you fashion, you're going to have the only other one outside the factory. So that's in the
Sweet.
mail. So we'll see what happens there. But no, I can't on those. We're there's going to be a really good marketing push. MR's new marketing team is just kicking ass. I've seen a bunch of the content that's already been created around that product, and it's money.
Awesome.
The feature set is some simple things that you just didn't think no one thought of, and it's just so obvious. And now when you see it in the flesh, you're like, wow, that's another little game changer that should have been there for the last 40 years.
Yep.
So really, really cool feature set. Shout out to Alex Rich and the entire team on that deal, because it is a kick-ass product.
That's awesome.
So, and then some other touches on some other core product line. I mean, it'll be a great year. 24 is gonna be a cool year with the pack that you're talking about, and a whole series of packs along that. Some new colors, right?
We can even
some
say
different
that.
stuff.
We can say
I'm
that?
giving you a little bit.
Okay,
I'm giving
perfect.
you a little bit.
I wasn't saying that
giving you a
to
little bit.
not get in trouble, but I wanted to
Well,
say
because I'm hoping you release it like December 10th, and Tim has only 20 days to kill me instead of an entire season. So there's that stuff coming, which would be great. And then obviously those things transition into fall, into some other lines. It'd be really good. Should be a really, really good year for people that like backpacks.
We're just building up that hype train right now.
That's what I
I
want
would
to
love
do.
to show it. I'd have it
Oh,
on. We
yeah.
could wear it for the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
But they just
building up.
pay me to drive around, kill bugs on the windshield, not ruin surprises. So that's what I do.
It's interesting, like watching, all November, all the bows come out. So watching all these different marketing campaigns come out, it's like, dude, you guys are all doing this at the same time. Leak it in July. Get people excited. You know what I mean? Like, why
Yeah.
not? I highly doubt the other, if you're looking at it from a competition standpoint, like they're not going to go revamp their entire bow. You know what I mean? That the one
Yeah,
that
I
they've
hear
been
you.
working on, because it's.
Well, how long?
I mean,
How
let's
long's
be
that
honest.
take
They're
to bring
already
it to
next
market?
year's bow is already done now.
But
you know what I mean?
Right.
So like, why not just do it in July?
So what is funny though about, like you're saying, like that competition side and other companies seeing things. So today, Matthews launched a new Matthews
The
lift.
lift. Yep.
And right when they launched theirs, I saw, I'm not going to name them, another bow company did like a teaser for their bow. Like they just had to do it the same day. They just have to try to, like everyone's searching bows, have to try to capitalize on that traction.
It's like, give yourself your own space. Switch yours to July. No one else is doing it.
Yeah, but I
And you'll
thought it
have
was just
all
funny.
the hype wave going into it.
Yeah.
It's like Trails killed with it multiple times.
No, what's funny about Trail though and products? So we're talking about like leaking things and talking about things. So, I'm not a bow guy anymore. Like totally switched over, and I've talked about it. We should probably do a dedicated one, maybe talking about my reasons why I'm not a bow hunter anymore, like the deep dive, emotional ties of
We
it.
need to do that.
Like
That's a great
it's
idea.
actually really deep. Someone commented on YouTube, and I actually jumped on GOHUNT yesterday or last night after dinner and responded to that guy and kind of gave him a little synopsis of it. But it's like a deep emotional story, like why I don't bow hunt anymore. So I don't have any images of this new bow. Like Trail wouldn't show me any photos of the new bow. He was being very good about not leaking it at all, which you should do, on products. I appreciate that for Trail. And but I'm like, Trail's out hunting right now, so I'm like, Trail, I need some images for this article for Matthew's Lift. Like I have to, I've read your article. I know about the bow. I was here when we shot some video footage of it. But like, I need some photos. Like, do you have any photos of tuning the bow at your house or while you're out hunting? And he's like, no. I'm like, you didn't take any photos for me and you had this bow early? He's like, I was told by so many people at Matthews, I cannot leak this at all. So he was so nervous about like it getting leaked. So he's like, I only have 3 photos. And they were like his harvest photo. He actually did take a harvest photo with his elk. And they had one laying on the bow, but it was so zoomed out, you really couldn't even tell what the product was. And so he finally sent me those. Like, these are actually the only photos I've taken of this bow.
Wow.
Because he was
I
so
appreciate
nervous.
that. On the manufacturer side, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than like planning something for 6 months of release, like the spotter, and you put guys on the road and you spend all this money and there's a plan. The marketing's got a plan,
Yep.
finance has a plan, operations has a plan, everybody's got a plan, and then somebody somewhere decides to just screw it all up.
Yeah.
And it is usually some social media guy, that just ruins it. And it's like, hey, dude, we got product embargoed at dealers. We got prepayment terms going on. We got all this moving people don't understand. And it's like, you just kind of screwed it up for us.
Yeah. I get that part. I do get that part because you guys got a bunch of wheels in motion and all this stuff. But it's like, pick your own month though. You know what I mean? Or like let it. I don't know. It's really interesting to me. Watch it all happen. November's so funny. All these bow companies,
All the bow companies
now all the
dropping.
influencers, everyone's doing reviews and this. And it's like, if you guys just did this a month earlier, you would be the only one talking about it.
Did he kill his big mule deer with that bow?
No.
No, he actually didn't use correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
Yeah,
he
he
used
uses phase
he used
4.
his phase 4. He was there was a lot of people where he was, and he was very nervous.
What a badass buck that was.
Yeah.
That's a sick buck. Like, absolutely sick.
Yeah, as soon as I saw him post that, I just couldn't,
Yeah.
like, hesitate to blow up his phone.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person yet, but I was at my taxidermist on Sunday, and like he actually drove over to Baird's to look at it.
Yeah.
And he's like, Trail did a horrible job taking photos. Sorry, Trail.
Per usual.
But like, you can tell it's giant in the photos, but like you see that buck in person, you're blown away with how much mass that buck has
50
everywhere.
plus inches of mass and 20-inch G2s.
Tanker.
It's nuts. It's
silly.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's just something you don't, you know what I mean? It's like one of those bucks you don't really get to
He
see.
deserves it, though.
Oh yeah, he puts so much time
He
in. He's just a
deserves it.
wizard with the
Completely
bow.
agree.
Yeah, all the
Completely
scouting he
agree.
does.
Completely agree.
Hey, Brady, you know what's on the end of that gun?
Yeah, should we finally jump into this? I wanted to talk about this at the beginning of the podcast. You know, like this is going to be a little maybe heated section.
Can I
if
tell
I
a
don't think it
quick
needs to be
story?
heated.
Yeah.
I'm just right and you're not. I don't think it's not really a big deal.
But quickly, in the front of the gun, when was referencing people listening, it's a suppressor.
Yeah. And a quick story. Brady, at the end of the day yesterday, like 5:15, Brady just like comes peeking in and he's like, "Hey, Jaryd's coming on the podcast." Where I'm like, "Cool." He wants to talk about suppressors, you know. So like you're on that side. I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Okay, well, it's gonna get heated." I'm like, "Perfect, let's do it." And he was like, kind of like seeing,
He's
you know,
mad because who posted? Where did the post come from that I responded to? Well, did Cody post it or you posted it?
Yeah, that was GoHunt wanted to do like a suppressor for hunting, yes or yay or nay.
Yeah.
And like, so obviously I said some other things that people like to jump on a lot. Like when I say like, yeah, I only need one shot, blah, blah, blah. But like, I say that because I love to practice all the time. And a lot of people are jumping on me for that, but people couldn't believe that I don't believe in suppressors for hunting.
I took the bait hardcore on that post. I was like I was probably 2 or 3 bourbons in when I saw it. Sitting at
Perfect
home,
time to
sitting
respond
at
on
home.
social media.
Yeah, great time to be on social media. And I first hit Cody and was like, "What in the world is going on around there?" And then I created some memes for you.
Oh yeah,
that day.
you have memes you actually created about
My
me.
creativity juices were flowing with the brown water, but you gonna put it up? Oh man, I just can't. I feel like we're gonna fundamentally disagree on this one. I know we are.
there is no better time to scroll through social media and respond to posts and people.
3 bourbons deep.
No better time.
Yeah.
If
I
you're ever
couldn't
going to
agree-
do it, that's the
couldn't
only
agree
time
more.
to do it. If you're doing it at work, sober, with the family, kind of a little bit checked, don't respond. Don't reply. You need to be charged up and you need to be inhibitions to the wind and just say what you need to say.
I was having a great day. I don't think I was mean,
No, you weren't mean. No,
but
the memes were pretty funny.
well, let's hear it. Why are you, Brady J. Miller, racist against suppressors? That is the question.
So I know I'm not going to gain a lot of friends when I say this, but yes, I am
Racist.
anti-suppressors for hunting. I am. All right. I believe them fully for any other discipline around. Like, okay, like, sure, military, law enforcement, going shooting, plinking, or whatever people do. Like, sure, that is totally fine. But to me, when I'm hunting, it just don't feel like I need it at all. It's not benefiting anything. It's not benefiting the end result, which is I just want to kill an animal as quickly and effectively as possible, make the best shot possible I can, and kill that animal.
No, and I know you're super technical. I mean, I know you practice and all, but what's your number one complaint? And I'll give you my number one positive.
Yeah.
Is a follow-up shot.
Yeah. The follow-up
And-
shot is a
and
great
follow-up
point.
shot is twofold. It's signature reducing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get that follow-up shot. A lot of times the animals don't move.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a clean miss, if you didn't graze it or hit it bad, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
or shoot the one standing next to it, if things don't go completely to hell, you can nearly guarantee you're getting a second shot at distance. Nearly guarantee it.
Because of the sound reduction.
Because of the sound reduction and the fact that the animal does not know where that projectile is coming from.
Yeah.
They don't understand and they can't figure it out, and that gives you time to say, "Oh, I was only 2 minutes low," or "My wind was bad," and then you get the follow up.
Yep.
So that's my pillar or my number one, and I'd be curious what your number one negative is.
Well, I will side with you on your number one. Okay. So like, even though, like I said in that one thing that people jumped on me about, which is fine, whatever. But like, I pride myself on killing an animal in one shot.
Right.
Like that's the ultimate goal.
And you do the work.
That's
There's
the ultimate goal of
Yeah.
everyone. But yeah, I've fucking missed before. Like
Dropped it. Hey, let's go.
This is where I'm gonna.
Did they run? Did it run away?
Yeah.
Did the animal run
no,
away?
it didn't run away. No. But I'm gonna say like,
I was gonna celebrate.
so I say like I want to kill an animal in one shot every time. That's my goal. That's why I practice so much. That's why I stay up late. That's why I shoot my rifle. That's why I dial in my ammo in. That's why everything is just cut all the variables I can. But it's hunting. It's real life. Like you'll miss eventually. You'll grab a like that. People point out like the Colorado. Yes, it's a bull. Colorado bull.
It's always bulls with you. We
Okay.
keep
Yeah.
going.
So I missed on that hunt because I grabbed a bad range because the bull was in the timber.
Yeah, which we've all done.
Yeah, we've all done.
Yeah.
So like it happens. It happens to anyone.
buck I've
You
ever
hunt long
missed,
enough, you're
actually.
going to miss. And so yes, I do see your point. Like luckily the elk didn't know I was there. Okay.
Yep.
But yes, this would be better in that sense because like the sound reduction and like I think you're hinting at it, like the animal doesn't really know exactly where that bull is coming from. I bet like I don't know exactly how to judge the sound, over there, but I bet it's harder to pinpoint because it is so much quieter.
It's very hard. If you've ever been on the wrong end of someone shooting with a suppressor, it is incredibly hard to figure out where they are.
Yeah.
It is very, very difficult.
Yeah. So that is a great selling point for why a suppressor on hunting is valuable.
What's the negative? It's not weight, because I know you're and I love that you are a heavy.
So we were talking about this earlier.
scope-
So weight
heavy
does not
scope
matter
guy.
to me. So I did write a pro con list.
Oh boy!
I got a little pro con list. Not very long, but because I want to
Do I
explain.
get a copy of it?
Yeah, maybe you can.
I like how I didn't get to prepare for your pro con list.
Yeah. So weight would be something that I think people could point to. But like you said, to me, weight does not matter on a rifle. I don't care how heavy my rifle is. I will carry it because my rifle is everything to me in the mountains. And I know with a heavier rifle, it's a stabler platform for me. Sure, there's great gun companies that make everything else to dissipate recoil, stocks, everything else to help you behind a gun with a lightweight setup. But I don't. I'm just on that side of it. I'm old school. I'm stubborn. That a heavy,
Accuracy is
stable
everything.
rifle is very accurate, and I can shoot it very, very well.
Yeah, back on targets quicker. Absolutely.
So suppressor, yes, is heavy, but to me, that would not be a deciding factor on why I won't shoot one.
And there is suppressor selection too, right? Like that, for instance, that's my Coyote gun. I don't hike this thing around. I don't care that it's a heavy can. It's also a short can. That thing is literally for me to not blow my ears out.
Yeah.
That particular can is not very quiet. There's no way around it. My hunting can is titanium. It's much longer. It's got bigger volume. It's much quieter. The can makes a difference too. The suppressor selection is a big deal. Just like, can you tow an 18,000 pound boat with an F-150? You'll know. You know, you need a different truck. There's selection, product selection
Still a
for
Ford.
sure.
Still a Ford, but a different truck.
So to me, to jump back, my number one thing against them for hunting is recoil reduction. And you could say, well, Brady, it's because you shoot giant 30 cals all the time. Yes, I do shoot 30 cals and I love it. If I could shoot a 338 Lapua improved, I would shoot a 338 Lapua improved. I love big cartridges. I like it. I like it for hunting.
So you're not racist against big bullets. You're just racist against big suppressors. Okay.
So to me, recoil reduction is important to me because I like to be able to track all my impacts. I like to be able to sit in my gun. And again, yes, you could say, maybe my form's off or maybe something else is off. But I do practice my form, practice everything. So I want to be able to sit in my gun at any distances. Yeah, obviously closer distance, a little bit harder to track your impact because it just happens so quick.
Sure.
But I like to be able to watch it and see that bullet hit exactly where it hits. So if I know for my follow-up shot, if I take a follow-up shot, if an animal's still standing, yes, I will shoot again 100% of the time. You hit an animal, you owe it yourself to put the animal down as best and quick as possible for the animal because I respect them so much. So I can track my impacts really, really well with my gun. When I have a side port, directional side port coming back.
Muzzle device. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I really like it. And yes, I do know there is some, the Omega? Is that what you had before, Cody? Yeah. So there is some that have a hybrid where they do have a brake style on the end.
Yeah. There's recoil reduction to a suppressor. It is not as effective as the correct brake on the gun. You're not going to get an argument out of me there. I will argue though that with positional improvement, you can stay on the gun just as well. And that now I'm gaining the benefits that I'm talking about with the can versus from a speed standpoint. I understand what you're saying. Where do you go though with hearing protection? If we're hunting together and I'm spotting for you and you're in rocks and you're in a bad position, you take a shot and that gun's going to jump. Muzzle brake don't care.
Yep, it's going to jump in that
sucks,
situation.
It's jumping, you're not going to see it, right? Not blowing the ears out of you and the spotter has has a ton of validity for me as well. Like on these kids hunts,
Yeah.
when I got a parent that wants to take, I had this happen once. We were hunting with a disabled kid, and the mom tried to walk around effectively to get a picture of the kid, and she ended up, I mean, she's staring down the muzzle. If the kid had shot, I'm telling you, if it didn't hit her in the shoulder, it would have been. And is that on me and everybody else there? A little bit, for sure. But we were so focused on the kid and making sure the kid was safe and everything's going on with the kid. And I had this mom walking around. And it's like, so in that chaos, and it was after the first shot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have bang, we have ringing ears. I have a parent that doesn't belong in the woods, but God bless her, she's out there with her disabled kid who just wanted to go hunting, right? And you know, there were some failures, a lot of lessons learned on that deal. But if we had a suppressor on that gun, and we didn't, it was a triple port. I mean, it was louder than hell, 300 Win Mag. I mean, all the things, right? And the can would have just taken some of that out of that scenario, you know? So
Yep. And that's the biggest negative, because your friends are next to you glassing. You're going to basically blow their sight picture away. Like if you have your spotting scope next to you, it's going to add vibrations to spotting scope. You're going to wreck some of your digiscope footage. Like literally, if you put your spotter anywhere near my brake, it'll vibrate and make a move, because all that gas is coming out there right towards you. Shooting with someone and blowing your ears off, that's a definite thing. And like it is kind of hard sometimes for me when I'm sitting in the gun, because I have to put my ear protection all the time. I always have to have it on my neck. But then if you're trying to call the shot, I'm gonna have a hard time hearing you, because I have these things buried in there, and sometimes I double them up.
you're selling me.
So I'm
buying
doubling up
suppressors. You're
doubling
selling
up
me.
my ear protection because of my nasty brake.
Yep.
Where if I wasn't, I would probably still wear ear protection, but I kind of don't have to in a way.
No, because you also have auditory exclusion. So just like when you shoot with a brake, even if you forget your ears, if you're not stressed out, if you're just on the range, you notice, and you accidentally do that, and it rings for a lot longer, and your body takes it a lot worse because you're not all worked up. Well, when you're shooting at a bull, and
There we go.
and you do this without a can, even without hearing protection in your ears, you'll notice they don't ring as long.
Yeah.
We did a big giant auditory exclusion study when we were in the military, and it's wild that the body uses how amped up you are. And I don't have the anatomy and physiology behind it, but the can still, when there's no ringing, it's awfully nice.
Yeah. And I will say, like, having that ability to know you can, if you take a shot and I forgot my ear protection, whatever, I'm not blowing my ears off, because, so what was this? 3 or 4 years ago, I was on a said hunt in a certain state for mule deer. All right, I'm solo. So I'm sitting there solo on my gun, getting ready to take a shot at this deer. I worked my ass off trying to get this deer. It was the second deer. I couldn't find the actual target buck, but this other buck was really good, so I was going after him. There was a giant tree right next to my brake, and it was a big old burn tree. So in the heat of the moment, I had my earplugs around my neck. I did not put them on my ears. So that tree that was right next to it, for whatever reason, all the sound, everything reflected off that tree and amplified, came back in my left ear. And I literally thought I was deaf. Because I was just in the heat of the moment, solo. I'm trying to set up my spotter by myself.
Yep.
And again, you could say, like, well, why do you have to use a spotter, Brady, if you can track impact with your directional brake? But it's like, I really wanted to get a kill shot. So I know.
Video, yeah.
I'm just feeling, because I'm a solo, so I want to do everything I can to see it. So if I shoot and something happens, I can go review the footage, like, oh yeah, I crunched him, and maybe he got behind a tree or whatever. So I'm in grizzly country, all right?
Oh boy.
And now I'm walking down there, and I'm constantly like going with my ear, like, dude, it's ringing like bad. Like, it was kind of scary. And now I'm like, okay, now I have to cut up this buck solo. It's getting dark in grizzly country. Now
I can't hear.
Yeah, I can't hear. This is a great situation. So yes, we're gonna add like little slight wins here for you, but like just realize.
But
like,
you got a big slam dunk loose.
no, I don't have a
hoping.
slam. I don't have a big
hear
slam
it.
dunk, but like that is another win for that. Like when the situation like that, you're amped up. Everyone
Yeah.
gets excited when they're hunting, and you always want to put you'll see me always, like, even harvest photos, I forget to take the ear things off, but it's like always on my neck. But sometimes you heat of the moment, you forget to put them on.
Pre-suppressor, I never remember to put them on.
Yeah.
It's always, I don't. And
If
so,
you're not getting amped up, you should not be hunting.
yeah.
I plugged my ears when my wife shot her bull with a bow. It's on video. That's how amped up I was.
Just so,
I literally, I'm not kidding. It's on video.
awesome.
I plugged my ears. My wife was shooting a bow.
Is that
But that's
the
how
last
amped
one?
up I was.
That's crazy.
And if you're not
That's cool.
that amped up,
yeah.
You know, just saying maybe you don't love it as much. That's all I'm saying.
Especially, I mean, and after how many hunts you've been on.
Oh,
Like,
I
that's
have no
it's rad.
issues. Like people talk about, you know, stone cold, this and that. No, I'm not that at all.
No, I'm
I'm
nervous
not.
as hell.
That's why I do it. It's that mental battle, that full draw, like that. That's why I love it. It's the only thing in my life that can get me completely spun out of control, and I have to somehow figure out a way to get myself back centered, execute, and I love that. So that's my favorite part about it.
It's awesome. It's
But
awesome.
keep going.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say too, like, I do feel bad though, as a person who does go to a rifle range every now and then. I love shooting by myself in the desert, but I do go to a rifle range, and covered canopies, and I'm the uncivilized guy. I've been told that I take shots, and everyone, even with everyone has ear pros on, but like you're really ringing everyone else's ear, even with ear pros on, and they all have suppressors, and I'm that guy. Usually I'm on the only one too. It always happens like I'm the only one. There's like 5 other guys next to me, all suppressed.
Yeah.
And then like all the material from the top constantly is like falling off the canopy because my brake is just so nasty. It's
See,
tearing
those
your
people, I
beard.
just want to tell them to man up. Like, you're at a gun range, it's okay. Just, I don't.
Just shoot.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have suppressors to be considerate
Yeah.
of anybody other than me and my friends, because I think it's a plus for
Yeah.
our scenario.
I haven't heard you say one con on your list yet.
Okay. My cons
I'm
are
reading
cost.
it over your shoulder.
I'm waiting for him to ask you if he can start a suppressor sales division at GOHUNT. That's where I think he's getting so worked up.
So my one of my big cons is cost. Like it's a definite consideration when you compare like whatever $150 to $250 high quality muzzle brake.
Yeah.
And you're talking what, thousands of dollars?
Yeah, I mean, a good, even the titanium cans right now, today's market, you're anywhere between 800 and 1200 for a good 30 cal,
I mean, you're
quality
you're
can.
pretty well safely over 1,000 no matter what. Tax stamp all in, you're over 1,000.
Yes, you gotta pay Uncle Sam his 200, which we'll leave that alone. Unless we want more F words for today's episode, but I think the titanium can Day on Defense just released really cool high volume can, direct thread. I mean, really high quality suppressor. That one's rated $1,000 on the shelf, and it's an incredible suppressor.
Yeah.
That one right there on that the end of that gun, I want to say is $799.
Yeah.
So you are, yeah. And
I have suppressors on every single one of my guns except 2. And I am not as, educated and nerdy and data driven about the exacts of why and why not. That's why I'm letting you 2 have it out. But I have 14 guns suppressed and 2 not suppressed.
yeah, I don't believe in
And
shooting guns unsuppressed.
And I will jump in after Brady gets through his cons, and you guys can talk about it in a lot smarter format than me and just my 101 reasons.
Yeah, I mean, the only time, I think the only shot I've taken on an animal with a rifle without a suppressor, probably in the last 10 years, is when I went to Mexico.
Yeah.
And couldn't take it.
Yep.
And I dreaded shooting the gun.
That's
I didn't want to.
That's one of Brady's cons, and I completely agree. That's one of his cons.
Is travel.
It's
Yeah,
not legal, not
100%.
legal everywhere.
So another one, not legal in every state and country.
Yeah.
And that's
get
a
that.
real headache. That's why I have 2 guns that are not suppressed. Is those are those guns that travel.
And me, I pretty much I do have
One.
multiple rifles, but I have
Yeah.
one.
You have one.
One gun that I hunt with all the time.
Your gun is like my bow. I've been shooting the Halon X since 2016,
Yeah.
and I don't change a thing. Been
Yep.
shooting a
So-
438 grain arrow, Halon X since 2016. Haven't changed a thing.
Yep.
I eat chicken parm at every restaurant I go to, so I like the concept. I don't.
So that's a big one for me. Like, traveling internationally, like I did last year, I would hunt with it all year. And then if I had a suppressor, I'd have to take it off for that hunt. And then it would just kind of mess with me. Like, oh, now I have to change my load development possibly. Change point of impact. Point of impact's easy to deal with, but is it going to affect everything else? Is it going to slow it down? Is it going to speed it up? All those thoughts start creeping in my head. I don't like negative thoughts. I always try to speak positive in everything I do in life, just to like amp myself up,
Sure.
walk myself through things. So like, that's just a thought to me. Can't use it in every state.
It's real. It's real. I'll show you in my GeoBallistics app. I have that gun built, suppressed and unsuppressed.
Yeah.
And it's a different profile.
Yeah.
It's profile A and profile B. And so if I rip that can off, the Impact 4000 goes back to telling me what I need to do, and it's already compensating for. So there's, you obviously have to re-zero
Yep.
when you take the can off. But as far as like once you have the velocities and all, it's not. I understand. I don't like to add any more complication to my scenario than I have to either, for sure.
Another one of my big cons. This one's big for me. Length. Length is actually an issue to me for multiple reasons. If I have hunting boots on, I'm 6'6". So if I have a 26, 28, if I have some crazy 30-inch barrel, whatever, that's going to stick up a very long ways. And I don't believe in the short barrel trend. So that's another. I'm old school.
I'm more
I'm
short
hard.
barrel trend than I am suppressor.
I'm very hard
Cut
on this.
those barrels down.
I don't like cutting a barrel down. I don't like messing with the stuff.
I would love to understand. Can you guys talk about that? Why?
Barrels?
Yeah, because
There's a velocity argument, but
Yeah.
but I'm a guy
Slow your
that
speed
shot
down.
with so I'm a 6.5 PRC guy. If I'm in North America, I'm shooting 6.5 PRC. The comments right now, I can feel people's keyboards on fire because they want to tell me I should have a 300 PRC. Look, I was on 6.5 PRC before 300 PRC was a thing, and much like not changing your bow, I love that gun. I've killed buffalo with it. That gun's probably killed 30 elk in people's hands. I've shot coos deer at 800. The gun's never failed me. I've never shot anything that didn't fall down. I had to shoot an all-dad with it twice. That thing didn't want to die. I shot him twice. Like that thing, and it's an 18-inch 6.5 PRC. And the comments will tell you that you can't have an 18-inch 6.5 PRC. The guy that built it didn't want to build it. He's like, you got to have a 24. Once we built that gun, he's like, dude, we are building 18-inch PRCs. Like this gun bangs hard.
what is like statistically data, anything to support the difference of short and long barrels? Like what is even the point? What's the difference?
There's increased muzzle velocity, which at distance will give you, in theory, better accuracy. But there's a lot of other things in that equation, like the bullet.
Yeah.
Siri's listening to me, which means the CIA is listening to me. Stop. So there's so many things that go into that equation. A lot of guys like to. I feel, this is me talking personally, take all the brands I represent out of it. I think that longer barrels can sometimes be a crutch for not doing the rest of the work. There's a lot of other work that can be put in to refine that process that where I can get away with a shorter gun. I shoot 16-inch 308s out that gun I've touched steel at 1400. Guys will tell you can't, a 16-inch 5.56. We ring steel at 8-900. Guys will tell you can't do that. We do it all day. Because we're doing all the other work. The ballistics are there. We're accurately calling wind. I mean, our skill set is refined everywhere instead of just the crutch of, faster bullet, get places faster where I want it to go. Like I just think there's more to it. And I kill a lot of stuff really far away with short guns.
There's probably something to be said about barrel harmonics too. I mean,
What do you shoot? Barrel.
26.
Do you have a reason why?
I mean, it's what Browning has.
Yeah.
But,
you shoot the
Browning has some
barrel.
shorter offerings. Like I would go longer if possible. I'd go make a 28.
Why?
Just a little bit added speed. I mean, like I said, like speed can be used as a crutch, but it could help you in the situation.
not in the way that Jaryd was talking about.
Yeah.
I could see you picking up speed the same way, the same reason I'm switching to the Matthews Lift finally.
And
after 7 years of shooting the Halon is
Yeah.
I do want speed, and I don't want speed to just get the arrow there faster. I want speed for certain hunting situations that I would just prefer to pick up a little bit of speed and a heavier arrow.
And
I want to shoot a heavier arrow.
This is where I'm just old school.
Yeah.
I'm kind of old school stubborn. I like the look of a long barrel. I like the look of it. I like it behind it. I like everything. To me, it's a classic looking precision long range.
Listen, and cliches are cliche for a reason. Look good, feel good, play good.
No, yeah,
Age old locker room saying. There is so much to that. That's what all these people that jump in with their comments and you can't shoot a 6.5 PRC here or there, this length, whatever. It's a lot of all that is. It's a lot of look good, feel good, play good, right? It's like when you have something in your mind that's just like, yep, that looks good, super comfortable. You have confidence in it right when you pick it up. There's so much to be said for that before you. In my opinion, I'm the 101 guy because I don't do what you guys do with guns or any of that stuff. But there's so much to be said that when you pick something up and you're like, yep, that's the first comment in your head. It's just you just have that
confidence,
that inner mind, that inner voice in your head that's just like, yep, love this thing. There's a lot to be said for that.
There is too. Like I would never try to use 6.5 PRC to anchor an animal. Yeah. You ain't shooting through a shoulder. Like there's no secret there. Whereas 300 Win Mag, I mean, dude, you can pop an elk and lay him down, shoot him in the shoulder. I mean, obviously that's not the goal, but if it hits him in the shoulder and
you need to anchor him because your first shot was maybe bad and now it's like one
those things are all real. And I'm not tooting my marksmanship horn here, but I have never had a struggle, and I do enjoy arguing the 6.5. Because there's a cult, like the cult of people that think the 6.5 shouldn't be hunted with, and it's mainly Creedmoor, not PRC, is probably the most entertaining cult to, like, if you ever want to have 3 bourbons and get into it with somebody, suggest that 6.5's like the most valid hunting caliber. Guys will just jump you.
Me and you should go on a hunt
wild.
and have a couple cocktails around a fire.
We should.
After the hunt. And just sit there on social and go back and forth.
nuts.
It's just me and you.
On Starlink.
I stay so quiet on social. Like I don't. We should just have a couple drinks after a good hunt and just start going.
You saw me today.
Jumping into all of it.
I'll bring the bourbon.
You saw me today when you got back from lunch. I was laughing and I was like, I just had to show you this, and it was a 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah.
I was just laughing to myself. It was so perfect, so fun.
And that is the old school guys. The old school guys that want to hate on 6.5 Creedmoor. It is one of the more entertaining things to just scroll through and read.
Yeah. Going back to the length, though, this is another part of the length that I don't think a lot of people talk about, but it's one that's multifaceted in my explanation that I hope I'll make sense of this. So length to me is also an issue when I put a suppressor on. Obviously, I said, like, it's super tall, shooting a longer barrel when I'm hiking around. It's going to catch on things, okay, to explain that. But the area that I think people don't think about, trying to put that baby in a gun case, trying to put that thing in a soft case, fit in a hard case. Now, yes, there is quick detach, things. Yes, you can spin it off. But again, in my mind, my super dialed, try to do everything perfect, like mentality that I impose on myself, if I twist something off and put it on, is it exactly perfect the next time? So that's where I get also just mess with my mind. Like, say I'm dialed to kill an animal at, I'm going to say a random distance, 650 yards. And now I spin that suppressor off before the hunt, and I put it in a hard case. I'm flying somewhere. I have to put that back on there, quick disconnect or not. Did that barrel harmonic slightly change?
No, it stresses.
Where that point of impact could be different at a distance. And yes, closer it might not make sense. Yes, you shouldn't always shoot animals far range. I'm not supporting long range.
Shit happens though. It's
But
what
like,
happens.
yes.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I think about that.
That stresses me out too. And it is the reason that when I do hunt with a can, if I have taken it off at all since the last 0, I will confirm 0 before I hunt.
Yeah.
I will not. I don't care if I have to blow an opening morning. I'm with you. That is the biggest thing that stresses me out with hunting with a can, is if it has come off since I've confirmed and built my positivity, know my setup's golden, and I'm just amped. Until I have put the can on there and shot a 5-shot group, I don't go out in the field.
Yeah, and that's where too you could say, like, well, I could put reference marks on there, which sure, I'll probably take some silver Sharpie marker, mark the barrel, mark on top of it. That way I know exactly, but I'm still, like you said, I want to do it just and that we'll shoot beforehand. And that's where you can say too, the shorter barrel is going to be beneficial with the can on it, because it will fit into a soft gun case. It will fit into a hard gun case, So I just think about that a little bit too.
Yep.
Then we're talking about barrel harmonics. I see it a lot where people are shooting with, I don't know what you call them on the suppressor, but just a cover. A little cover on the suppressor.
Yep.
And they take them off and shoot. And they put them back on and shoot. And they take them off and shoot.
I don't understand those things for hunting.
The weight difference to me is...
It's a Mirage cover, but if you're shooting that many rounds to your bolt gun, we have a bigger issue to talk about.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Like, it's not an AR. It's not a machine gun. It's not mounted at an ECP or on top of a vehicle. Like, we don't need... If Mirage is a problem for you hunting from your suppressor, we have a much different skill set that we need to be refining.
Yeah. but I've seen guys who are just using for hunting and they shoot with them on and shoot them off. I'm like, I don't have real world tests because I've never hunted with a suppressor or really shot with it. But to me, that's weight on, weight off. That's changing barrel harmonics. If you're going to do one, you have to stick with one and stay with that cover on, or just keep it off the whole time.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
So that's just maybe a pet peeve thing of mine. Like, people should just stick with one and not do that. Wait period is another con for me. And I say this every single time because, like, yes, if I thought about getting a suppressor 2 years ago, I would have had it by now. But then I start to think about one. And
wait, I thought you meant weight, like physical wait period, not the waiting period.
Waiting period.
Oh, yeah.
The waiting period of actually getting that baby in my hand, mounting it on my precision rifle.
Yeah. No,
so,
right.
it does take a long time to actually get it. But like I said, most people think about it and then say the wait period is an issue. And then the next year, they're like, gosh, I wish I had a suppressor. Well, you should have just ordered it last year and you would have had it by now. And I did just see that thing that came about, there's some bill that might speed these things up like 90 days.
They are speeded up.
They're trying. If the logic.
The E4 forms that failed. Really?
No,
No, E-forms are going.
Yeah,
There was some-
'cause,
I
got one
those
back
took it
last
from
week.
those took it from like 11 months down to like what 4 or 5 months.
4 to 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the E-forms are like 4 or 5 months
A
down.
lot of guys will get them in 4 to 5. Truthfully, I picked up a can last week. I put that in March, so that one was closer to 7. So that kind of sucked.
ATF wait times are currently 232 days for an e-file form.
232
Okay.
days.
Yeah.
But I swear I saw
not
something
gonna
this
be-
last week.
It was better for a while.
Yeah, it
and-
was better for
and
a
then
while because
obviously now it's not.
I got one in 4.5 months.
You mean the government has become just riding an efficiency roller coaster? There's
No
a
way.
shocker.
Yeah.
What a concept. And that I think that's a con too, is I think people get frustrated with, okay, so you can do a background check on me, I'm allowed to possess the firearm. Now you have to do an extended background check that you can openly tell me is the same background check, but it takes 232 days and I have to pay an extra $200 tax stamp. Like, no thank you, GOV, you know? And I get that frustration. I also despise hearing protection, so
So that was the next one down below. The government knowing.
they know who
As-
you are,
as a-
dude.
I know. They
You
already-
have an
they already
you have an
know. I'm already in
iPhone.
there.
Yeah, like you obviously keep questionable company. They know who you are. Like Siri's sitting here listening to everything we're saying.
So one of my last cons that I wrote down on here is actually in both a pro and a con.
Oh boy.
These are my favorite ones.
Okay. Pro. We'll say it's a pro first, and then I'll go on the con. Pro. It looks good. Con. It looks good. Because what did I say earlier? Looks don't kill.
That's true.
So it's just, I'm going to say it. It seems like it's a,
I feel like you're going back to racism here. I really do.
it seems like a cool thing to do on a hunting rifle, throw a suppressor on there. And it's just for,
No, we're making advancements. Look at the tan
Yes,
box of joy
yes,
bolted
yes,
to
I
the
know,
top,
I know.
right?
Like I
It's
said,
it's
I'm
an
not gonna-
advancement in technology.
I'm not going to gain a lot of friends from this podcast.
All right.
But yeah, it's on both for me because
I guarantee you the comments don't even. There's nothing valid of what we've talked
No,
about.
I know.
It's all 6'5" bullshit in the comments.
Yeah.
by the
Yeah,
time
no
this
one's
thing
gonna
gets
no one's gonna
released.
pick
hell
up
yes,
on the
I agree.
suppression part.
Yeah, yeah.
No, like
one's
I
even
said,
gonna remember.
like I said, I have 16 guns. 14 of them are suppressed, and that's pistols, and I'm talking everything. I got a couple AR platforms. I have a couple like home defense ones.
Sure.
I have what's that?
So the Mac 11.
Yeah, the Mac 11. I have suppressors on all those. That one to me is like super straightforward. If something does go down in my house, I'm looking to still communicate with my family and not
Right.
blow everyone's ears out. That one's super straightforward. It's also, point of impact, barrel harmonics. All that's not as important in that situation.
In the short gun, yeah.
Now my hunting rifles. So I have 5 different hunting rifles. 3 are suppressed, 2 are not. Now, like Brady, I use one of the suppressed when I can, and I use one of the unsuppressed when I can. It's not like I'm really switching back and forth. But I hunt primarily with a rifle. I am primarily with my family. Like that is, I can't really remember the last, other than Mexico, which they're not allowed, but I can't really remember the last state's hunt that I was hunting with a gun, but not with my family. And the story you were telling about the mom and her disabled kid and all that. When you're hunting with your family and there's kids running, wives running, people who don't do this stuff all the time, communication is so important, so important. And just no one's got earplugs in, no one's plugging their ears. Everyone's capable of communication right there on the spot. That's why I went suppressed with my family. Had my son 4 years ago, knew I was going to take him hunting, started buying suppressors 4.5 years ago. And they've been rolling in ever since, you know?
So on that same subject, I want to tell a quick story with the same thing. So this summer when I was at the Western Hunting Summit with Ryan Lampers, I was giving some seminars and I was doing like a long range shooting course. Like during one night when a bunch of just activities were going on, families were talking, like we just had dinner and that was it. Like, hey, let's go shoot some steel. There's some steel targets set up. So one of the guys was going to go, he's suppressed. He's shooting a 6 Creedmoor, suppressed. He had a little kid shooting it next to it, shooting phenomenal. Like you could talk back and forth to each other, have conversations, talking about where he's impacting. And then he was like, Brady, go get your gun. Let's try to shoot at a mile. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get my 300 rum out of my case. But then to go do that, I had to go around and tell everyone,
Hey, I'm shooting.
generally
In the
near,
zip code.
just in the zip code.
Right.
Hey, now I'm going to shoot.
Plug
You
your
guys are
ears.
going to have to plug your ears, and now it's going to be uncomfortable for those people who are just having a good time. They were like 100, 200 yards away, like in a different little area. But I felt like I should go walk up to them and say, "Hey, I'm going to shoot right now. It's going to be loud. You probably have to plug your ears. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
So that again is the pro to suppressed because I had to walk by and tell everyone, and then it became not an uncomfortable situation, but just wasn't as ideal because everyone was shooting comfortably. There's people standing behind there looking through spotters, like talking back and forth. And now when I'm up there, everyone's plugging their ears or grabbing ear pros and doing all that stuff.
So the gun I have it on for my wife's gun primarily is 6.5 284, and it's so quiet with the can I have on that, like unreal quiet. And my kid don't have to plug his ears. We've taken my niece, my other nephews. Like, it's just so nice to not make sure your kid's wearing earplugs. All like the whole mess right there.
It keeps them engaged too.
And it keeps them engaged.
You
They
don't
hear the
scare the
gunshot.
kid off.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
hear the gunshot go off, but they're not like completely terrified of it. Now, having said all that, I do have more confidence in my gun that I take to Mexico, the one that's unsuppressed, for all the reasons that Brady talks about. I know that gun just doesn't change. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, it's also a 6.5 284. The confidence that Brady's talking about, like in my little 101 mind, that's where I go. Is like, what's changing when this
real.
thing comes on and off, and is it loose? It's not loose. It's just one more thing that I think about. Now, having said that, like I said before, I'm primarily bow hunting. And the last rifle hunts I've been with my family, so it's been all suppressed. And it's literally only for the fact of my family first, not long range, not, my wife's not shooting long range anyways. You know what I mean? She's shooting 300-400 yards.
Sure.
But that's my 101 mind of why I started to get them and why I have them.
Yeah.
But to your cons, like, I have more confidence in my 6.5 284 that is not suppressed. I have more confidence shooting that gun.
Well, it's real. There's less variables. There's no argument to that. Tell you what though, when you're training a child on a firearm, whether it be just general safety or we've done classes where we're getting kids into like positional shooting, shooting off a stick, shooting off a tripod, shooting off a backpack, how to get prone quickly, all that. When you're practicing that stuff with a can, it's way more effective because they're focused on the skill set and not the bang. We take all the bang out, and then once the bang is gone, we get a little bit of recoil reduction. I will agree with you. The right break, it does better. But we're getting at least something out of the can recoil reduction, but I'm taking that shock and awe factor out, and then the kid is much more focused. I get more rounds in the session. Instead of like I get 3 rounds out of them, I might get 30 rounds out of them. And we can practice so we can get it more refined. And so for the families and kids, I love the family and kid aspect of cans as well. Yep. And it's not a perfect solution.
That was
it's not the last thing that everyone ever needed, but
literally my only decision to buy and spend the money on a can. It does suck spending the money though. It is not fun.
And waiting, knowing that it is the same background check done by probably somebody less qualified. Yes, ATF, I don't like you. Less qualified. And there you go. And all of a sudden now I'm allowed to have it. I mean, here I put in 3 cans in March on the same form, on the same trust. Me and my wife's fingerprints are on it, everything. The same day, 3 cans, 1 came back, 2 are still pending.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Who wants to explain that to me?
Yeah, it's weird.
But, it's just the process is frustrating, but
it is frustrating. And that's what keeps me from buying the new ones that are coming out. No, my hunting gun is a titanium that God, I can't remember the name. The LT something. No, not the rugged. It's no, I'll think of it.
Yeah, that shoot
Just
confidently
straight
thing,
titanium.
that was another one that was on my pros for younger kids. Because like most kids are scared of the bang, like you put it.
Yeah, not so much the recoil, more
It's the
bang.
bang. So it's going to get around them. They're going to be more confident. They're going to be maybe a better shot, want to go shooting more with you, want to hang out with you more, want to do these activities with you. So that's a very big positive to get rid of the bang for new shooters.
yeah.
And they're going to be more comfortable.
At the end of the day, it's like anything else, right? It's a good solution. It's not the only solution that anyone ever needs. It's not,
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have agreed with each other way too much.
I feel like I
during this.
won. I just feel like I won 100% actually.
Gosh.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I've had this conversation with
his con list is good, but
so positive about
Yeah,
Say
you
it
weren't
again?
heated at all.
No,
I was hoping for more.
Yeah.
like all the things I list, like I said, I'm very old school in my thought process, and I like my hunting rifle with a break. I don't know if I'll hunt with a suppressed anytime soon. Sure, I'm not gonna say never because that's a
I
big
have
thing.
a new life goal to get you to hunt
And-
with like
and
a
it-
short
well,
suppressed rifle.
Everyone always says, I read through all the comments. Once you shoot suppressed, you never go back. Sure, that's constantly the case, but like I do love a break. I love
I
love
You
it.
do hunt solo a lot too.
Yeah. It works for me. And if I know if it works for me and it's proven and I can just do it all the time, why change? Also one of the cons is, even though I love the guy very much, absolutely love the person as a human, individual, everything. But one of the cons is Cody Bohr shoots suppressed. So that's also why I don't
he's
want to
very
do it.
loud
because,
about it.
because
There's gotta be
then
some motivation.
because then we can have these little fun arguments back
Yeah.
and forth about brakes are better, suppressors are better. And that's where that video came apart.
I'm
we
totally here
are
for
really
that.
good friends, and
I'm
that's why
here
we
for
wanted
that.
to go for it. So that's another con.
All right, so life goal: Brady Miller shooting a bull with a short suppressed rifle
That would be
That
something.
is
that would
is
break the
something
internet.
right there. On video.
on video.
Proof it happened.
Okay.
But I will throw it out there too, though. I am glad there is an option for people to shoot suppressed. Like if, more people should be able to have them. More people should be able to get them. You should be able to get them easier. I'm all for that.
Yep.
100%.
Cool.
But to me, I don't know. I'm a brake guy.
You weren't that heated though. I'm a
Yeah.
little disappointed.
Gosh, I don't know.
You gave a lot of pros in all of that.
I did because there is a lot of pros.
More than I expected.
There is
Well,
there's-
especially when you said you had a list. I was like, oh, I might have needed a list. I should have done more homework.
I mean, the pro is just so simple. It's just the overall communication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
When you're dealing
communication,
with-
safety,
The other
especially when you bring the family. Like when you
Yeah,
start talking about
family
family,
and kids,
it's
It's
I'm not
all
like
communication. And then making sure that, my son and my niece or nephew, whoever's with us, like, who cares? No one's got earplugs in. Don't have to ask. Don't got to make sure they have it in.
and they want to go
Everyone's
again.
standing there. Yeah.
they're not. Their ears don't ring for 2 days, and they're like, you know what, Dad, I don't want to go hunt again. That was miserable.
Yeah.
Like they want to go again because
Yeah.
everything you take that scariness out of it, or
Yeah.
it's
Now, one of the guns that I do have is a 6.5 with a just Creedmoor with a suppressor on it, and I have subsonic ammo. Whoa.
yeah.
I mean, it's only a 100-yard gun, but whoa.
Have you ever shot anything with it?
No,
the thud is amazing.
As my son gets going, and so he's 4.5 now. That's the gun I'm gonna get him going on.
Yeah.
It is like you literally don't hear. You hear the trigger click. Like that's how quiet it is.
Yeah, it's cool. Bolt guns suppressed with subsonic.
Yeah,
they're rad.
So I
They're
have that
quiet.
built for him. It's
That's
on
cool.
I can't remember the barrel length. I really didn't care. I just built a 6.5 subsonic ammo with a suppressor, and it's so quiet.
That's
So
awesome.
as soon as
Good for
as soon
him.
as he starts like understanding target acquisition, gun fundamentals, all that stuff, that's what he's going to start shooting.
Good thing about how amazing his fundamentals are going to be coming up on that gun when you take the bang out of it, though.
And
It's
just
gonna be-
shooting 50
he'll
yards,
be a
100
shooter.
yards, just getting the reps in. That's all I built it for.
For sure.
Maybe sitting in a whitetail blind one day. Who knows? Shoot something at
Wait till you hear
100
that
yards.
thing hit a deer, man. It's,
Really?
Oh, the thud it's way different.
Yeah. So I'm excited
I
for
do
my
have-
son.
I do have one more con.
Can't wait.
It's just, again, I don't have that much experience in this. I've never competed in this, but I do look at this sport activity to get like slight inspiration, slight, just trying to become a better shot so I can make a one shot kill perfectly every time. So I follow ELR a lot.
Which is?
Extreme long range, like shooting competitions, like shooting at, King of 2 miles,
Okay.
all that stuff. I look at all their setups. No one has a suppressed rifle.
No, they're
when you're,
taking a-
when you're shooting
you're taking a
375
factor out.
enablers, 375 Shy-Techs, like you're shooting big boy cartridges.
So some of that is the available suppressors, though.
Yes, that
That's
could
not,
be, that
that's
could
not a
definitely be
category
true.
that people have developed.
There's
Super
also a
accurate
part of me though, like once you get to a 300, does it actually matter?
What do you mean?
I don't have a 300
Like, does it
30
make
cal.
it like
Does
quiet
it
enough to
actually
be?
make a difference to not wear hearing protection?
Yes. Yeah.
Even at that big of a gun, does
We'll go take my PRC out next time we go shoot.
Yeah.
Cody's telling me we're going to take his 300 PRC out, and that I'll notice a sound difference.
But it
to
is
the
more
point where I don't
important-
even need ear protection.
Yes, but suppressor selection becomes more important the larger
get
caliber
there.
you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And
So
of course, cans get more expensive, and the mounting solutions get harder to work with. And I mean, it gets more just like when you take a car over, 1,000 horsepower, new problems come up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same concept.
So that's a good point. That is, I don't have them for the bigger cartridges like that, but I just look at precision shooting. I'm talking about long range precision shooting, not PRS type stuff that people just don't use suppressed.
Yeah.
And just, always struck me as interesting.
I've never had the opportunity of, because my wife, she's a good shot, and we don't take long shots with her, obviously, but the where they don't know where it's coming from. I've never had that experience, but I can see why.
It's
can
and
see
I'm not
why,
tooting my
just-
horn. I don't have that problem either. Typically, when I'm personally hunting, but doing this stuff with the kids, they look through and it's like you tell them, hey, do you have a big clear image? Because if you're
Yeah.
looking through a little black hole, there's a little black ghost dancing around the scope. Something's wrong. We need to move your head forward and back. Right? You're coaching them and you're trying and you've done the practice with them, and still it's the first time they're ever looking at anything standing in front of them. They're gonna kill. Now we have the killing part to work through mentally. We have all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
the misses happen. The misses happen a lot with kids. And so when I can get heck, we just had a cow elk in Unit 1 in Arizona. We run up, we get to the top of this hill, getting ready to shoot. Do you have a good shot? No. And this is a kid that's done some shooting. Run to the next hill. They blow out. Run to the next hill. Get to the top. Laying there, and they're only like 350, 400. We had time. We take our time. Hey, take your time. Catch your breath. I'm getting a range. I'm looking at his data cards. We didn't have the impact with us. His gun and clean miss on the first shot. Suppressed. And that cow stood there and went,
Looking around.
and I said, just hold one MOI higher, and or whatever the correction that I gave him, and he smoked her. And
I can see that. I haven't had that experience, but I could see that.
And she was working in our favor. She's standing in tall grass. The bullet didn't hit a rock. It hit dirt.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of factors. Like
so
it's
many
not
other
it's not
things.
like the ultimate Band-Aid for like animals don't move when you shoot at them, but it's something working in your favor.
Yeah.
And again, if you're ever on the other side of it and a bullet comes by you and the shooter had a suppressor on, it's very difficult to tell where it came from.
Yeah, that's why.
You're telling me other countries have
Very
suppressors?
difficult. Yeah, right. You're getting to get me worked up. You want to see worked up?
How the hell do the other countries have the suppressors?
Because our favorite uncle buried him in the sand and gave it to him.
Yeah. Like I said
Have you
earlier,
been shot at from a suppressor?
I have been on the wrong end of a suppressor.
And it was like different sounding, really difficult.
Oh, absolutely. And you can barely tell where it's coming from.
That's pretty eerie
yeah,
to know, like, holy shit, where was that?
like I said earlier, like that's what I fully believe. Like a suppressed rifle, if you're a sniper, makes sense to me 100%.
And I've had where
Because you're
we're
getting shot at
hunting,
back, so
like
I would
on-
fully want a suppressed rifle if I was a sniper.
Yeah.
like on some of these youth hunts too, like that hunt. There's like 350 tags out there in Unit 1. And there's all kinds of people that have suppressors, and they start shooting from different ridges, and you're like, well, where was that one from?
Yeah.
And then you look and you're looking and you're glassing, you're trying to figure out where, because you're like, A, I don't want to be shooting the same cow. B, I don't want to be anywhere near the front end of that
Yeah.
gun. And you start glassing around trying to find out where that person's shooting from, and it's hard. It's really hard. Whereas somebody racks one off with a break,
Oh, you know exactly.
you know exactly where they
Yeah.
are. Half the time you can still see the dirt that's
Yeah.
popped up in the air, So,
Yeah.
because that's the other thing you don't get is you don't get dirt spraying around with cans. So if you're laying in the grass, it's just signature reduction.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
I don't think
So-
we won each other over.
I think I won 100%.
I'm the perfect politician for this.
I think
'cause
I won
I'm-
100%.
I am
I don't
in
think I
both
lost
camps.
at all.
Perfect politician for this
I'm
argument.
honestly in both camps too. But I do believe there's more pros than cons.
No, you're in suppressor camp.
7.5 out of 10.
I'm like genuinely, I'm like riding the 5.
No,
like
I'm
I see both
I'm
sides
definitely
so
leaning.
easy.
I'm definitely leaning suppressor for sure.
I see both sides so easy. Like to me, it comes down to what the situation is. It's like what the hunt is. Hunting solo, making sure everything's good, just knowing you're rolling, confidence, look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah.
Makes total sense. Then add kids, wives, all that stuff. No chance I'm bringing out an unsuppressed gun.
Yeah, and you're willing to carry more jackets and more food so
Yeah.
they're comfortable, and
Yeah.
you carry a chair for them, and we just do that stuff because that's what we should do.
Yeah, exactly.
So it changes the game for all of us for sure.
I could really be a politician on this one.
Cool.
I could just ride both sides. No one could get mad at me.
Someone will still find a way to get mad at
Someone
you.
will still find a way.
Let's
I'm
be
telling
honest.
you, the comments are just going to be, you can't shoot elk with 6.5. That's all that's going to be in the comments.
Yeah, or Brady needs to stop shooting.
What if I
30
take
cals.
my son to shoot a cow elk 6.5 subsonic?
You're going to get me to argue with you on that one. You're going to have to be,
No, I would never.
you
I
have
would
to be
never
put
do
in
that.
inner
That was
aisle.
jokes.
Yeah,
People jokes.
calm down.
Yeah, that was a good discussion though.
Raccoons though.
Yeah, raccoons.
Raccoons are great. Subsonic. Coyotes when they're in your
Backyard.
wife's chicken coop.
Yeah.
Good subsonic.
Good topic of this conversation.
Went well. It went fine.
I'm
You're,
still
you're the only one
disappointed.
using the F word, which is great.
So I did
Yeah.
get heated then a little bit. But
I
that was
mean,
us
that
talking
was-
about the missing thing.
That
Like,
was that wasn't about the suppressors. That was about missing.
which I deserve heat when I deserve it. So whatever.
No one is allowed to miss, Brady. No one. And if
Oh.
you miss, then you're a shitty hunter.
That's what the internet wants you to believe.
So that's what the internet wants you to believe. If you've ever missed in your entire life, you are a shitty hunter. You should not be hunting.
Yeah.
Those new
Because
hats.
that's the
look
way
great.
that goes, right? Like it's always perfect.
Yeah. Well, everybody on the internet's perfect.
Yeah.
All the time.
For sure.
All the time.
I love
We're
it too.
all experts.
Usually the ones that can't spell. The new hats look great, by the way.
You like
So
them?
those when I walk
These
in,
ones right
they
there?
look
those are
phenomenal.
sweet.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Oh,
They
yeah,
turned
Old
out
school
good.
throwback.
You guys did awesome with those.
Super
There's another
comfortable.
color of it too. I saw on the way in.
Yeah, the tan.
I might steal one on the way out. It's
Yeah.
cool.
You should.
You give me an impact, I'll give you a hat.
Yeah. My Lorenzo gifting allocation is
trade.
pretty solid for the day.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll try tomorrow.
Yeah, there we go. It's a new day.
Honestly, if I could get another one, I'd probably leave it with you.
day.
It's just they are so darn
I bet.
backordered.
Yeah.
It's been an awesome response. So we're definitely.
That's what's super cool to me is like the response has been really well. You know, hunting, tactical side, like everything. Like people are enjoying them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to make stuff that people get behind and helps them out.
Mm-hmm. Badass. When's the next
How long
time?
have we been going? Getting to the end.
Yeah. When's the next time we're gonna have you down?
I don't know. Where are we at? We're in November. Probably SHOT Show.
Shot show will see you.
So probably pre-SHOT Show, come down, spend a day, hang out in the office, and then
We've been talking about going to see Cultural Wall.
then go to SHOT. Yeah, you guys need to come out to Flag.
Yeah.
I drove through Flagstaff again for the first time in a long time. On going out to New Mexico. I love Flagstaff.
It's
Such
a
a
cool,
cool
town.
place.
Yeah, you just avoid the college and everything's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been good. We're getting ready for snow.
Get big hunts coming up.
Had a 3-degree day the other day. No, help on a couple elk hunts. Excuse me. Had some pretty good heavy personal and professional stuff this year. I didn't want to draw I hate to say okay tag, but I didn't want to just draw something and know that I wasn't going to be able to dedicate to it. So I shot for the moon, didn't draw any of my moon stuff. That was great. Kind of got through the season, helped a bunch of people. Had 4 elk on my back this year so far, so it was nice. I still got out in the woods, still got to pack stuff out.
Yep.
Got to test that new pack. That pack you hunted with, I took the little brother to it out. 3 of those 4 elk were in that pack. So
Yeah.
it's been a good year, but I haven't pulled the trigger on anything myself. So, but I have good points stacked up next year. I have my eye on a Kaibab archery tag for next year. So
Let's go. It's been doing so well too.
Gosh, you see those bucks?
It's crazy.
they killed some giants up there.
Kaibab is doing
Giants
amazing.
up there. So
It's like one of the very few mule deer units you can look to and be like, oh yeah, that's on the up. You know, like it's doing well.
Dream tag.
Yeah.
Can only dream. Yeah, appreciate you coming down, jumping on the podcast, showing some cool stuff,
always appreciate you guys having me.
letting us rant for a little bit, show us some cool products.
And got you to eat chicken parm at a restaurant with a chicken.
I ate chicken
with a
parm for the
tablecloth.
first time in my life.
With a tablecloth.
Been a great week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
proper, Brady.
I'm expanding. I'm slowly expanding my
Did you put
horizons.
your napkin in your lap or in your shirt collar?
No, it was on my lap.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, the
That's-
last time I went in there, I took my hat off. I'm like, I do not want to go to a fancy restaurant and have to take my hat off.
I know it is so frustrating when they tell you to do that.
No, I told him to do that.
Oh yeah, good. Cody made him take it off.
It's the whole hat. Look, if you want me to take off my hat to be in your restaurant, I don't want to be in there anyways. Like, I am willing to go to your place. You need me. I don't need you. Like, there's so many other places I can go get food. I know I'm sorry if that sounds like an asshole, but it's like the customer. You know, if I want to walk in here like this to enjoy your food, this is how I want to walk in here. Don't tell me I need to wear jeans and no hat and this.
I mean, you got
Like,
pants on. Like we have the
I
things
mean, we got
covered.
pants on,
We got
but
like
not
the
jeans.
basics.
Maybe I got joggers on or sweatpants
The
or
restaurant wasn't saying that. That's a me
yeah.
erasing
No, that was a
myself.
Mr.
No,
The manners thing. Like, you remove your
the manners thing. The manners thing I completely get, but we're not. It's not the same world anymore. You know what I mean? Like manners have shifted.
We're hunting with suppressors now, Cody. Okay, we can wear hats in the restaurant. We're hunting with suppressors.
I want to be clear so I don't get yelled at. I am a huge believer in in tradition and the American tradition, all that stuff. But restaurants not being able to wear a hat, like that's it's 2023. Like let's drop that one. Wearing a collared shirt to a golf course, it's 2023. Can we please drop that one? Like it's just there's certain things where it's like, come on, man, it's not 1950s anymore.
Golf's a no-go, but it's a different day.
Yeah, who golfs?
Morals and traditions, I'm big fan of. Very much keep those in line.
Yeah.
But like the little things, taking off a hat, I don't want to be there anyways if you're going to tell me to take off my hat.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm the same way with tucking in a button-up shirt.
Yeah,
I don't
why?
have to tuck in a button-up shirt
Yeah,
anymore.
why? What's
Right.
the point? Like,
No,
what is
the
it?
why is because I have a suppressor on my gun. I don't. Need,
You don't need to get a
tucking my
suppressor.
shirt.
All those little, it's funny when you start talking about those little things like,
Yeah.
why? What's the point?
Well, look at the amount of like you can't do business with a hat on, or you can't do business in a t-shirt. Like, look. I mean, look. What,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't have tattoos back in the day that show. You have to always cover your tattoos up. Now anything goes.
Dude, when I was in the Marine Corps, they wanted us covering tattoos. You want to talk about some bullshit?
It's the Marine Corps.
The Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Then I was working at a gun store that made guys who would cover up their tattoos at the gun store.
What?
Yeah. Racist against tattoos, just like you and your friend.
Suppressors. Wow, man. All right. We can end it there
Cool.
before we get ourselves in more trouble.
Keep
All
going.
right. Appreciate you guys. Thanks
See ya.
for sticking with me on. Let me rant a little bit.
Hey, always a pleasure.
Catch you on the flip side.